crazy whore, I'm out.
Right? You know what it is? I think maybe I'm secretly fishing. Like I'm just like, sorry guys, I'm just a super hot, queer, slutty revolutionary. If anybody wants to give me any revolutionary coochie,
Hey.
I'll be here. Woo. Not just saying, there's a lot of ways that we could
I feel like
subvert the system.
I feel like a lot of us do that kind of where we like fish to see who's queer or not.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I'm just like, there's this girl that I'm into, and then you just like look quickly. Anyone else?
Yeah, I really like girls a lot.
Anyone?
Anybody anybody notice? Did anybody notice that I said that I like girls? I didn't say did you. I was just casually letting you know that I do in case you do, and then you also wanted to maybe
Oh, yeah.
I mean, but
it's all
no.
organic.
It's super organic.
Oh yeah.
I think that's one of the best parts about being queer though is telling everybody
I tell people all the damn time.
It's exciting.
I'm only queer in my sleep.
How
Yeah.
does that work?
Like, well, when for me, when I'm asleep, I usually have hard boners.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
So, and then I have pretty gay dreams. I mean, I've had pretty gay dreams my whole life. Like since I was a child.
So you're dream gay. But
You're dream gay, but
live-
life straight.
Yeah.
Yep. I dream gay, but life straight.
Like your avatar of you in your dream world is like, yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
Well, because
Yeah.
you get to live out a fantasy that you don't do in real life.
Exactly.
So
Yeah. Maybe there's a
Exactly.
deeper meaning in it too.
that'd be wild if that was the next step of human evolution. Is like you're dream gay, but you're like straight in real life.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
they say that
You can configure it.
right.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, they say like when you like speak multiple languages, you know that like that second language is yours when you dream in that language.
True.
Oh, that's a good point.
So I
Yes.
I speak some Spanish. I'm not like fluent. But I have had dreams where parts of it are in Spanish, and I was like,
I'm getting there.
I'm getting there. I'm because you're able to like internalize it. Your subconscious is also thinking in a different language, which is that's just brains are so fucking cool.
Oh, brains are the coolest.
Like what the fuck?
Do you think blind people dream at all?
Yeah,
Like have like visions?
It's a very interesting thing to think about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like I want to ask some of my friends. I wonder.
Or
I
that
mean,
deaf people hear stuff in their dreams, or
what? Yeah, what would that perception be?
Well, that's the thing, right? Beethoven was composing the last 20 years of his life. I believe he was going from partially deaf to fully deaf.
Yeah.
And he was still composing music. So he could all hear it in his head, regardless of what he heard outside of his
Right.
being, right?
But that's somebody, yeah, that's different than somebody who's never.
yeah, totally.
so-
Totally.
But also, yeah, what a
Yeah.
trip! What a trip! Are also like that our brains learn to adapt without different senses and interpret information in other ways. Like, my friend says like their hearing is really great. Like they have like not echolocation, but
sharper?
like yeah, but like they could be because of them not having sight, they hear things. And like their brain registers it in a different way. Like people with sight still do, right? We don't realize that we're doing it. Like you hear a noise and we go, oh, that is coming from over there. But
Yeah.
because they don't have sight, it's like more focused where they're like, they know exactly where things are based on like hearing things around
Wow.
them, So like your other senses can be sharpened. But
have
brains are
that powers.
freaking wild. Brains are wild.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever seen Stevie Wonder do a drum solo?
No.
It's pretty fucking cool.
Wow.
You want to watch
yeah,
one?
let's yeah. I'm like, let's light this doobie and watch a drum solo.
Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, he used to play all the instruments on his records. I wish he would go back to that approach. Like, I wish all I want in this world is for Stevie Wonder to go back to playing all the instruments, get all of his gear back that he used in the 70s, recorded analog, just do it how you did it in the 70s. And
Relive that magic.
really, yeah, and he'll have a comeback, I feel like. It's just my personal
Stevie Wonder
fantasy.
doesn't need it though. Like he's iconic.
No, he doesn't.
Without.
No. It's just what I want selfishly.
Yeah, of course, no.
You know what he kind of reminds me of? His drumming style when he plays like that is kind of Keith Moon-esque. Like it's like
It is. It's very loose.
yeah, it's like boom, you know. Yeah. Yeah, it's just
Saucy.
kind of all over the place and fun and energetic. He would have been a great rock drummer for like any rock, like a Jimi Hendrix
yeah.
type band, like a
Mitch Mitchell was very Keith Moon like.
exactly. Yeah. But totally.
Keith Moon's my favorite drummer.
One of my favorite drummers too. Yeah. How do you feel about Greg Saunier? Do you like Greg Saunier?
Who's Greg Saunier?
He's the drummer of Deerhoof. Do you know the band Deerhoof?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is a rabbit hole.
I'm like, let's dive.
Blip, 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 blip.
He's kind of in the same lineage of style.
Oh, sick.
Very Keith Moon, he's an animal.
I love this already.
He's very loose.
Oh my god.
He plays at Non Plus all the time.
What?
He played at Non Plus naked.
What?
Yep.
How did I miss out on this?
And actually, that show was a week. No. It was the same weekend I played Non Plus. The week before COVID. Like there was one.
Wow.
There was one last weekend. The Friday night show was Greg Saunier with Penis Out, and then the Saturday show was the show I played with Raquel, and then Greg Saunier played that show also. He had like a double Non Plus thing, but he played Voivod Angel Rat all the way through on acoustic guitar. Are you familiar with that band?
I know Voivod, yeah.
Voivod, yeah. So he played the entirety of the album Angel Rat from front to beginning. It's fucking awesome. It was so good.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
Voivod. I know this.
They're weird.
We've listened to Voivod, Jesse, aka Button.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Oh, yeah. Okay, I think I remember it. I think I remember.
Here, this is like their hit. Their MTV hit. They're from Quebec, so they're French. So you also have English as a second language vibe to the...
Wow.
Yeah. They also have two singers, Snake, which is the lead singer,
Oh, yeah, I love that aspect.
and then Michelle, the drummer, does more of like the screamy stuff.
Oh, sweet.
So they're almost like an early screamo band in that respect.
Proto scream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
I love Voivod.
I forget who they are every time we mention them, and then I listen to it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this. I love this.
And and they have a lot of different musical periods. Like they have this is like their early 90s grunge period where it's like, this is the thing to do. Now we're going to kind of be more grungy, but it's still awesome. It's still like psychedelic and weird and experimental. Then they have like, like their early 80s is like thrash. It sounds like garbage. It's like very aggressive, very angry sounding. And then they have a weird early 2000s with Jason Newsted from Metallica.
No way.
Yeah, he was
That's how I always remember them.
Yeah, he was the bassist for like 2 albums after Metallica.
Dang.
Yeah. And that shit is like weird new metal, and then now they're just like rough and tumble again. They've kind of made full circle. Now they're like biker metal, you know.
Wow.
But they've gone through all these different sounds. Like they're more than a metal band. They have like a lot of
it's like how King Gizzard approaches that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. I really like King Gizzard.
Big King G vibes.
Do you know they're releasing 5 more albums this year?
What?
It's like it's
What?
unnecessary.
How?
They already released an 80-minute double disc
Why?
in fucking
That's a
March.
lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
I mean,
Speaking
that's
of
why they're
numerology,
king, though.
222
Yeah.
guys.
And that's probably why they're able to get like double headlining slots at Desert Days.
That is wild.
like Friday and Saturday, because they have so much material now, they can justify it.
They're playing Red Rocks in October.
Red Rocks.
That's
Denver?
in Colorado.
Morrison, Colorado.
Right. Yeah. I know about that because my brother was a or still is a fish head.
I was gonna say,
Nice.
I've been there. I saw the Dead and Company.
There you go. You saw Dad. Yeah. So there you go.
I'm a like second generation Deadhead. So I'm not even. I wouldn't even say I'm a Deadhead, but it is something I grew up with. It's
Something we have in common because you grew up with Dead and I grew up with fish.
Like it's not something that I seek out, right? But if somebody puts it on, I usually like know the words and I know this. I don't know the names of the songs, but I know the songs.
It's the same. It's like I don't listen to Fish, but if you put Fish on, I would know. Not only would I know it's Fish, I would probably know the song.
Oh.
I'm not an active Fish listener. I've just been around the culture for so long, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's the Curtain With or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, jam bands are like can be pretty hit or miss.
I mean, yeah, they're definitely.
But they're exciting.
Yeah.
It's a vibe.
It's a
for
vibe.
Sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And that should be our first entry on our chart. Jam bands.
Oh! Yes.
Let's do it.
Wow.
Let's get into it.
Okay, but first off, if we're doing that on the chart, right, who are we listing? Like, whose logo are we taking for the jam band? We taking Fishy?
I think Grateful Dead is the ultimate.
I
It's
think
the
so
skull
too.
with the lightning bolt.
Yeah,
we gotta go.
There you
we
go.
gotta go with
there
the
you
Grateful
go.
Dead.
Lightning skull.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was definitely like, the other thing about like Grateful Dead shows, like they always loved filming them and taping them, and like trading live show tapes is a big aspect of the culture, and like having footage.
Yeah.
And I like guarantee you that when you see like a little naked kid running around at like a Grateful Dead show with like fucking little sunflowers painted on their face, like that's me.
My fish
You
head,
know, like-
my fish head brother just texted me
Wow.
and said, "You got to watch the new Nick Cage movie."
Oh, the one about him?
Oh, that one! I want to watch that one.
That's
The-
been on my list.
Yeah, I forgot about the unbearable weight of being talented or whatever.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Oh wow.
We saw the trailer and we're like, "Oh, we got to see that," and then we forgot about it.
It's like the most self-aggrandizing Nick Cage movie.
Yeah, we got to watch that.
It's really interesting. It seems meta.
It's his being John Malkovich.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. The weird thing about John Malkovich is like, what else has he been in?
Every movie.
I just don't know. I couldn't list any of them. I guess.
every
I mean, he's
movie.
been in
He's
it.
there somewhere.
He's been in it,
Oh, okay.
but
So is that how he? It's like, did he become synonymous with the guy who's just in every movie?
I think
that
I
why?
think he was in I Heart Huckabees was one. But he's been in a lot of like really good dramas too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Those are all the John Malkovich facts I know.
yeah, I was like, I've got zero. I don't want to openly say that I don't know or like John Malkovich because that seems wrong.
I'm more of a John Cusack guy because he's the co-star, right? Okay.
I love John Cusack.
3 things about John Cusack. 1, David our masseuse. Wacky. We think he's on the low gay, like closeted Republican,
He's a Disney
Ooh.
gay.
but he likes Disney. He's
He's a Disney gay, but he's like I don't know. He doesn't seem like he likes anybody.
no, he
I
definitely
mean, gay
seemed.
people don't like anybody. So
I
that's,
don't. It
Yeah.
checks, it
That's
checks
gay.
out. It checks out. I was like, doesn't get along well with others. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm like, yeah, other gays, we don't like other gays. Like gays don't like other gays. I mean, sometimes we're just all.
A lot of drama.
Yeah, we're a lot of
Oh,
drama.
yeah.
Okay, but why was I bringing up David?
David, because of John Cusack.
He's massaged John Cusack, and he said about him that John was going through a hard time. He was an alcoholic. There were like beer bottles and like liquor
wow.
bottles everywhere, and he was like going through a really rough time. But he said he was like a really sweet guy, even at his lowest. You know?
I mean, I'm sure he's such a sweetheart.
Yeah. And High Fidelity is my all-time favorite movie, and I know that's like a really.
He also does Say Anything, right, with the
Yeah.
boombox.
Don't you?
I love
forget
that.
about me.
I love that.
was in that Brian Wilson movie, Love and Mercy.
Yes, that was such a good movie.
Really good movie,
I
yeah.
loved Love and Mercy.
Yeah.
He also did he was an assassin, and there was like a high school reunion. Gross Point Blank.
Great movie. And then The Grifters, is that what it's called, in the early 90s with him and Angela Bassett?
I don't know.
Oh shit, you got to watch that movie. That's like one of the best movies.
Wow.
It's really good. He's like ripping people off. It's like he'll pay for a drink, but then like steal the money like by sleight of hand. Like here's 10, but then he gets 15 back somehow.
That's
Okay.
evil magic.
Like that kind of movie.
Yeah. Okay.
It's really good.
That sounds like a good '90s film.
It's fun.
Yeah,
You're
sounds
gonna
fun.
You're gonna have fun.
Fun. Yeah. So yeah, pro John. I'm actually pro whole Cusack family. Joan Cusack. Also.
Joan's amazing.
Love
too.
Joan.
Joan's
Love
fucking
Joan.
great.
School of Rock.
She's so like.
She's very funny.
She's like.
She's got good facial humor.
Yeah. She's like funny. She's funny.
Physical.
She's funny, sexy to me. She's like she hits all my funny, sexy things that I need.
Ooh.
I could see why you think that.
Yeah. She's for it's
She's for lesbians.
my
right?
flavor.
Yeah.
Well, no.
No?
My particular. Oh, in general, but yes, but also my particular flavor.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I could see that
I
for
like
you.
it. I like a wide variety.
Yeah.
A lot of different vibes.
Yeah.
She's mommy.
She
Yeah,
is
she's got
mommy.
mommy.
She's totally fucking mommy.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got mommy issues. I got daddy issues. I have all the issues, baby.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
good.
we're here to work that out together.
I'm
right?
glad. So Grateful Dead
Yeah, Grateful Dead.
is the first.
Should we explain what this graph is?
I just wanted people to just like.
Just assume.
I was hoping that they would pick up on the vibes. Honestly,
Ooh.
can you not sense
It's
the vibes
murder.
from the fucking
murder mystery.
chart? You don't. I was just gonna be a hipster about it and just like be upset that people didn't get it.
Right.
Like
You,
you didn't.
You
know.
pick
you,
up
ju-
on-
you just discovered Kate Bush?
Wow. I have been running up that hill for a very fucking long time. Let me tell you a little something about Wuthering Heights, bitch. I'm
Easy.
actually really happy for Kate.
Oh my
Bush's
God.
Newfound success.
I just looked this up. She has 42 million monthly listeners on Spotify.
No way.
42 million!
She's like crushing. She's like a rapper now.
She's a rap. That's rapper
That's
shit.
ridiculous.
That's rapper
Rapper-
shit.
She's at rapper status.
Oh my god.
Dude,
For
like,
music that she wrote before I was born.
that's like triple the monthly listeners of the Beatles.
Is it really?
Yeah. Beatles is at 16 million.
Wow.
She's almost at 48. 848 would be triple. She's fucking crushing it.
That's so good.
Okay, consider this. This might blow your mind because it blew my mind. I was meditating on this yesterday. She toured for maybe 2-3 years. Not much touring. Like once she started releasing albums in the late 70s, by 81, 82, she was like, "Nah, this just."
I love this too because it's me and Shmoo all the time, right? And we have a lot of crossover, but like this would have never happened.
Yeah,
This would have never happened.
totally. Yeah.
Have we not had you here? So thank you.
I mean, I'm just like glad to be along for the ride.
Fucking great.
Meeting you both at like one of the coolest venues in town, and like love the same music. We vibe. We're both gay.
We're both gay. We're both hot, and we're both blondes.
Yeah.
So.
All right, let's get to this chart, baby.
Back to the chart. The chart. So, we'll explain the chart instead of being hipster assholes, even though that's the vibe.
Okay.
It's a woo woo chart. Woo woo. Woo woo. So, woo woo. What is the definition of woo woo here?
Metaphysical, mystical,
Spiritual.
crystal-esque.
Yeah.
New age.
New age, thank you.
New age. Do we get to use that word?
Tautologically?
Tautologically? Do we get to use that? Tautologically?
I'll let me look into
Oh, who
it.
doesn't love a good tautological concept?
Yeah. Right. We found out this word, and I was like, when the fuck are we going to use the word tautologically? But I think this is the episode where we get to use it.
This protein cookie by Monk Pack is rather tautological.
Yeah.
and we want them to sponsor our show.
Yes.
I mean, with its 16 grams of protein and its
Yeah.
gluten-free base, how could you not want to?
So
They're
true.
delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the flavors that it has, like double dark chocolate, will get you through the day before you know it.
It's almost a meal.
Tautologically is from a metaphysical perspective, so that would apply here. Yeah,
Exactly.
something
This
that's
is the episode we could use it.
tautologically
Yeah. Tautologically
speaking.
these crystals being charged in the moonlight may or may not make a difference
There
in
you
your
go.
life.
There you go.
I wanted to use it in a sentence. So we also have to state that we're saying woo woo, but we're not. I'm pretty woo woo. Shmoo is pretty woo woo.
Yeah, it's not a slur per se.
Yeah, we're not talking shit here.
We're not slurring.
We're not negging. This is
This is not a neg on woo woo.
oh, Marianne Williamson. Can we put her on?
Oh my god.
The orb
For
mom?
sure.
Right?
Orb mommy.
Yeah, or mommy.
Wow.
I hope she runs for president. I would vote for her in a heartbeat.
What's her name again? Mary something.
Marianne Williamson. First Jewish president. First female president. First
Oh, she's hot.
woo-woo president. First,
I'm into her.
and she's like
That's how she
70.
should run as
She's
woo
definitely-
president.
Woo woo.
Yeah.
For you. 2022. I mean, let's not run it 2022. But I like where that. So we got her on the list now. So, but we're not anti woo woo here. I lead yoga. I have a
Yeah.
strong yoga practice. I have crystals.
That's what we're trying to figure out here. What is productive woo-woo? What's woo-woo that can actually materially help you in your life, and what is grifty?
What is a grift? What's harmful? What is it's
Do we have
scammy.
Alex Jones alpha brain?
No.
Okay.
That's for sure bastardized.
Yeah.
Bastardized productive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So there's 4 quadrants, right? We have
Alex Jones. What was it called? Mind.
Alpha brain.
alpha brain.
Alpha brain.
Alpha brain.
Alpha brain.
Joe Rogan loves it.
Oh my god.
Joe Rogan should be on this chart.
We're putting Joe
On our show?
No, on this chart.
Oh, put Joe Rogan on the chart.
And the show.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great if we're like, Joe, do you want to come on our show?
Yeah.
We know that you have the biggest, most popular one, but do you want to come on our show? We don't really want to go on yours.
No, but come on
But come on ours.
I think we can get some interesting people on our I think we could get Glenn Greenwald on the show.
Who's that?
Glenn Greenwald is many things. He's one of the most famous gay journalists. I would say he was like the most referenced 2000s era progressive journalist, but then in the 2010s he kind of flipped and has now become what's considered, I think, alt-left, like the Tucker Carlson, Weinstein brothers, Jordy Peterson, Russell Brand, Jimmy Dore.
Where they're kind of like
The gray
libertarian,
zone.
but
Yeah,
they're not really.
yeah, it's like they're
not left.
they call
anymore.
themselves left, but it's something different. It's
Does Tucker Carlson call himself left?
well, Glenn Greenwald called Tucker Carlson a socialist.
What?
Which is very how.
What?
It's contrarian, right? So it's contrarian, libertarian, but they're left, but they still consider themselves like, no, we're the real leftists. So there's now been this like,
Oh god.
Bizarre.
it's a different world now.
Doesn't
So
make
Glenn
sense.
Glenn Greenwald is like this really trippy, like what team is he on? Is he a traitor? Or he also helped expose the Edward Snowden files.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He did the journalism on that. So he's like an important American figure in journalism. Like he's very influential. He's done great work, but now he's seen as this very polarizing figure. And I don't know. I would love to talk to that guy. Just
You
'cause,
should. Give
you
it
know.
a shot.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah, shoot big.
He also lives in Brazil and is anti-Bolsonaro. Wait, is he anti or pro?
Very important to
Yeah,
know.
it's-
Bolsonaro is right. He's like a
Yeah,
Trump.
he's bad.
I think Glenn Greenwald is anti-Bolsonaro, but Tucker is pro. How does that work? Because he's on. Let me look into this.
I think that they have a lot of contradictions. Most of these
I'm looking it up.
folks, they're like, it's facts over feeling, these things, but then they're the person that's in
Yeah.
their feelings. They're
Glenn
the person
Greenwald
It's
is
like my feelings matter.
Glenn Greenwald. He's on Tucker like every week.
is he?
And I'm like, he was the most influential thinker in progressive circles 10 years ago.
Wow.
It's really strange, yeah.
Not. I wouldn't consider myself a progressive. I'm like,
You just exist as you should.
yeah,
And that in itself is progressive.
yeah. That's pretty much where
Yeah,
I'm
Glenn
at with it.
Greenwald is anti. He thinks that Bolsonaro is the most extremist leader.
Also, this is terrible. So I was adding things to the list, and I'm putting Burning Man on there, of course, right?
Of course. Of course.
And I just had to. There's just this photo of like a family at Burning Man. That if we could just look at the iPad real quick, I just need everybody to just say fuck off to this
No
whole family.
way.
Fuck off this whole
No.
family. Oh my god, what? I lost it. The
We-
iPad
we
was like,
saw
stop.
the damage.
It was like, stop. Oh, you got it. Are you? Oh, that's right. I'm looking at this guy over here. I'm like, I don't see the photo of these people. But yeah,
yeah,
that is-
I see what the show sees what you're doing.
the show sees what we're doing. Here's a family.
Okay.
Wow, why does that child look so douche? That child is giving me like,
Can you scroll in on the child? I can't really see.
look at that smirk. How is this 3-year-old giving me like a fuckboy smirk?
Oh, that's a
that
good.
child is asking if that code is vegan.
Yeah, like that.
Whoa.
That kid just asked me for a bump,
Yeah, that kid
and
is
then said my
definitely.
drugs were shit.
That child's definitely doing acid.
Yeah. I mean, not that I would give a child cocaine if they asked me for a bump, but I don't know. If a kid's asking me, I mean, you
That's
can
what
use
I'm
your
saying.
words.
Is like if they're mature enough to ask for a bump, you give the kid a bump.
Do you want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
My Hasidic guitar teacher. So when I was 15, I had like a very religious, orthodox, like wore a kippah guitar teacher, but he was a hippie. This is another thing we should add to the list. It's a sect of religious hippies, like Jewish
Oh,
religious.
yeah.
Do you know this?
Yeah.
Anyway, so he was one of these people who like he smokes pot, right? But he wears a kippah all the time, and he probably goes to synagogue like twice a week. Anyway, the point is,
Very
he told
Christian.
me that he was at a party when he was young, and Michael Jackson comes in as like a 7-year-old and is like asking everyone for coke, like, "Hey, you got a bump? Hey, you got a bump?" Like that kind of thing.
No way.
When he was like 7, 8. This is according to Ted Cooper, my guitar teacher that I had as a child.
Wow. Damn.
So he told me this
there's
20
kids
years ago.
There's kids out there getting bumps, you know.
Yeah, Michael Jackson might have been.
Might have been.
He was
allegedly.
bumping.
He was bumping. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
didn't
obviously
stop
not.
till he got
Obviously
enough.
not. If people didn't fucking give that kid a bump, you shouldn't be able to be asking that many people to.
Yeah. So where are we at chart wise?
We could start. There's things to put on the chart.
No, let's put a thing. Oh, we were talking about jam bands.
Yeah, we were gonna start with the jam band.
All right.
So
Jam bands go under authentic.
What's the opposite? I can't read the one in green.
bastardized.
Oh.
So it's authentic versus bastardized. Because when we started looking at woo-woo, we're like, yoga inherently isn't.
So we should all make our case, and then we have to like average out
What we think.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I like
yeah,
that.
Yeah. Savannah, you're our guest. You
Get to go first.
yeah, hit
The
us up.
hospitality. You look jam bands. You're trying to make music. We were like kicking off this by talking about Woodstock era Santana, just like how jammy that was, and it's like that's authentic passion right there. It's like I've never seen a jam band be bigoted or anything. They live for the music. They're flowing where they need be. So
Right.
authentic and productive. There's not a bad jam band, honestly. Like they're all pretty. They all contribute. You've got like Fish,
Right.
Grateful Dead, Dave Matthews. You have Humphreys McGee.
I was just thinking about them.
Really?
Widespread panic.
Widespread
String
panic.
cheese incident.
Yeah.
See, my issue with those bands is that they're not aesthetic enough for me. Right? Like Humphrey McGee's is like the opposite of aesthetic. Like they're so dorky. They're way too good at their instruments. Like the drummer is like shredding double pedal while the guitarist is guitar soloing, and it's like Jesus.
It's a
You're
lot.
like-
It's a lot, you
A
know.
bit much. It's like when I pull up and start doing headstands before class starts. Like, just chill the fuck out. I
We
need
know
to
you
stop
can do
doing
it,
that.
Jesse.
Yeah.
I would throw this into the hat, into the ring. That jam band music is a little bit of a bastardized version of jazz fusion from the 70s and 60s.
Ooh.
Like that was like the real OG shit, and then like a bunch of like hippies from Vermont were like, we can do that. We hacky sack. We can hacky sack and jazz fusion.
We could do it at the same time.
Yeah. That doesn't mean that it's bad, but
Bastardized productive, then?
yeah, it's definitely not harmful. It's not harmful. Overall. So I would.
Like, your family didn't fucking follow the dead around. I'm like, I don't know.
I mean, I guess it technically was harmful in the sense that like I didn't have a brother
Yeah.
growing up because he dropped out of high school and went off with fish. But I'm not going to let that color my perception of the essence of what the jam band brings to society in general,
Okay.
right? So I would personally put them right in the middle of authentic and bastardized. And I would go upwards maybe 3 or 4 or maybe even 5 up to productive. That's what I think.
Okay.
Jesse, go for it.
So, jam bands bring about wooks.
Good point.
Wooks are not good for society.
What are wooks?
Wooks are
Woo! Oh shit, I gotta.
people that follow these bands around, and they're just like, wooks are to jam band scene as like train hopping crusty kids are to punk rock, right? Where
Okay.
they're just everybody. It's like, hi, my name's Dumpster, and this is my dog Gravel. You got $5 so I can fucking get wasted? And there's like
And a bump of speed.
and a bump of speed. But like wooks are just like, hey, can I clean your pipe out for resin? And like, I know somebody that can get us a vial of acid if you want to throw in on it.
Or like,
Dang.
hey, I want to start a string cheese incident cover band. Will you join it?
Or like, hey, like, I just want to like go to Northern California and do a trim job for 6 months and then just like fuck off for the rest of the
Oh, I know
year.
so many people like that.
So, and you could do those things and not be a wook. But a wook is like somebody who has embraced that as their only lifestyle, and they don't have identity outside of that, out of that character.
Got it.
Right?
They're
Yeah.
wooks are very
and they smell like patchouli.
They're polarizing
Always.
people, right? Because like there's this white girl with dreadlocks on Facebook who's like, she's getting a lot of attention because her posts get boosted by the algorithm, the Facebook algorithm, because there's so many people who are like, we hate you, fuck you. And then she's like, but I'm peaceful and I do yoga and I'm sending them love. And so there's this like cycle that's that Facebook's like, yes, we need more.
love it.
We
We
love
love
this.
division.
We love division. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Drama.
Yeah.
Are people being obsessed with it? Are they going to sleep thinking
Right.
about the comments and waking up
Yeah.
and reading the comments section?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So, anyways, she popped up in
popped
my
up.
world. for
She's
that
a
reason.
wook.
Yeah.
She's a wook.
So you think wooks are destructive?
I think that they are not.
Are wooks a separate entity from jam bands? Can we separate the two?
I don't think so.
I mean,
think they
you
kind of,
can- you can,
they
like-
come with.
They're not mutually exclusive though. You can be a wook and not be into jam bands. You could be a wook and only listen to rap music.
Really?
Rap
no.
wook?
No.
There's rap wooks.
No, wook is it is a jam band based subculture.
It might have started in the Granolaville, but now there's like different variations on on the virus.
Do we call them wooks anymore though?
Yeah, they're just different types of wooks. There's Burning Man wooks. There's There's like the
Do you see how my eyebrows are furrowing right
okay,
They're furled.
they're like the Takashi 6ix9ine wooks, right?
Oh.
So there's people of all different races who have the dreadlocks and color them crazy stuff. They're wook adjacent. There's all sorts
Just
of
like
wooks now.
EDM wooks.
There's thank you, exactly. There's
okay.
EDM wooks.
Okay.
Because it's 2022, right? So there's like all these different type of wooks.
Yeah.
10, 15 years ago, there's only one or two types.
Okay.
But we've evolved.
So they're not. They're still. It affects my decision on how I feel about jam bands.
Would you mind making wooks a separate entity so we can rate them?
You want me to separate it? It's peanut butter and jelly, baby.
Separate church and
Ooh.
state. You got to separate church and state here. You know, they affect each other.
I feel like wooks are the
they're
sugar
not-
that's baked into the cake of jam bands. I don't think that you can remove one from the other. They've already coalesced into a new fucking thing.
You can't separate
You
them.
can't. How am I supposed to take the
All
sugar
right,
out of the cake?
you do you, boo.
Okay, thank you.
You do
I will.
you, boo.
I will. But I do kind of also agree with your take of the kind of being bastardized jazz fusion. So I think that I would put jam bands smack dab right in the fucking middle.
That's what I said too.
Wow.
But not up on the productive scale.
Oh, okay. So
You-
2 up.
So
Can we agree on
because-
2 up?
well, I think we have to agree because you said productive and authentic, and you said productive. So I have to. We have to kind of like average it and put it maybe like
If I could just assume or guess what's from Savannah's vibe,
yes.
what numbers she was like emitting, I would guess you wanted like 6 productive and like 4 authentic or something.
Does that feel?
6 productive, 4 authentic.
Just from your vibe. That's what I was
somewhere over
getting.
Here in the
Yeah.
quadrant?
6 up, 4 right.
I would say like even closer into productive.
So like the
So higher
Well, no, sorry, closer into
authentic?
bastardized.
or closer to bastardized.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So maybe you
What's
you
the
guys are
average then?
actually
We're closer.
So
than-
like two past productive, and then like 5.
I love how scientific we're being about, you know? Like
you have to
we-
be analytical.
you have to. Okay.
It's necessary.
It's so necessary,
So I
yeah.
think that both of you are like, are you seeing the wiggling that I'm doing?
I
on
do.
yours?
What's a good wiggle?
It's an excellent wiggle.
It's a wiggle right in here, and I'm saying
It looks
all the
like
way
that
over here.
DVD screenshot
Yes.
that like goes,
Where-
and you're like,
where-
hit the corner,
Hit the corner.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hit the corner.
and everyone cheers when it does.
It's so exciting. You know what? That's one of the simple joys of life.
Is that watching that's something that Gen Zers never had. They never got the pleasure of seeing a DVD screensaver
Right.
hit a corner.
Right.
Oh, you also remember when like you would listen to music on the computer and there'd be the visualizer, like the
Yeah, that was amazing.
that was so.
I loved that
cool.
visualizer.
The visualizer was amazing. I
Having
was like,
that played to like Dishwalla.
This is the second time Dishwalla has come up this week.
No way.
Total way.
No.
We were in Whole Foods and comes on, right? And I'm like, do you know what band this is? And Button's like, no. I'm like,
yeah.
well, you
even
gotta
when
wait
we
till
were telling this story, I still don't get it. I'm like,
Tell me all
Yeah.
your
yeah,
thoughts.
yeah.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
because it takes forever to get to the chorus. I'm like, you'll know. And then you still didn't know. And I was like, the band's called Dishwalla.
Yeah, I love it. Even
Well,
when,
here we are.
I love it. Even in the
Dishwalla
retelling.
visualizer. This is synchronous. The Dishwalla synchronicity is
Wow.
here.
Yeah, that is a vibe. That is the woo woo vibe here. I love how even in telling this story, I'm still like, I don't know what fucking band you're talking about. Even though the story was about Shmoo telling me about a band, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Dishwalla's playing in Vegas soon for free, and they're opening with The Calling.
Oh my God.
It's like Dishwalla and The Calling,
Wow.
live in Vegas.
Oh, fun fact. When we dance and or sing, it doesn't sing up, so we're gonna look really like off.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know.
They'll just have to pretend we're on
like,
beat.
yeah, we're exactly. Just like get into it. I always like I'm like I want people to know that it's like not that I can't hear the beat. It's the syncing. It's not.
You know you're on.
I know I'm on the beat.
It's up to you.
You have to figure that. Like the viewers, you have to figure that out on your own.
Tell me all your thoughts on God. Tell me, am I
Are they in LA? Is that shot in LA? Is that like an LA background?
It must be.
I think so. So I feel like that U.S. Bank Tower, which is also an Independence Day.
Really?
Yeah, the first like in the first building that gets zapped by the aliens in Independence Day.
It's a U.S. Bank
US
Tower.
Bank Tower in LA.
Aliens are like, we'll make an example.
Woo! I love that. Also, love Independence Day. Great Will Smith
Vehicle?
vehicle. Yeah, and Jeff Goldblum.
Ah. Independence Day.
They're like the perfect duo, right? Like they got different hot guy vibes, right? Will Smith has your like hot like bro-y vibe, and then Jeff Goldblum gives you your hot nerdy guy vibe.
Nerdy Jew. Hot nerdy Jew vibe.
Yeah.
When I worked at the COVID site last year, they had like Jeff Goldblum showed up.
Really?
Yeah, and he was just like, he wasn't one of those like nervous, shy celebrities. He
Yeah.
was like walking around like looking for people to take photos with him. Like he was like saying hi to everybody.
That's awesome.
He's really into it. He's like an accessible celebrity.
Yeah.
He plays with a jazz band in like Los Feliz, or he was pre-pandemic playing with a jazz band all the time. And it was kind of like well known that you could like, if you're a hottie, you could pull up to the club and like see Jeff and like, yeah, you could get, you know, like he's like, yes, I'm Jeff Goldblum. Yes, everybody thinks I'm hot. I'm successful. Him and his wife must have some like very groovy open thing where he's just like, he's like, I'm Jeff Goldblum, babe. So if you're gonna marry me, you gotta know that people are gonna want access to the schlong.
They
So-
want some of the fly.
Yeah.
All right, what's next on our chart?
I love
Jo-
this
what-
podcast already, by
thank
the way.
you.
This is
Thank you.
amazing.
We
Thank
love
you so
having
much.
you. You've brought so much like great little musical tidbits up for us. It's
Oh, there's more to come, my darling.
and there's more.
Oh,
There's
my
more.
goodness.
so can we settle that jam bands can live here? I feel like that's like a compromise for all three
Live
of
there,
us.
jam band. Live there.
Like, look, I don't think they're like bad for society.
No.
Rolfing. What is rolfing bad for society? Is also what the fuck is rolfing? Because to me, whenever I hear rolfing, I always I get it mixed up with LARPing. I don't know why.
Rolfing and LARPing at the same time.
Yeah, like I'm just rolfing. I'm like, so you're like role playing, role oriented, laugh factor. What is it?
This is what we're going to discover together. From the Rolf Institute. They have a whole institute
Oh, of course.
based on the guy, Mr. Rolf.
Mrs. Rolf.
How's that feeling from the inside?
It feels good.
Yeah.
Ida Rolf.
How's that feel from the inside? No one ever asked me that.
Oh my god, Ida Rolf is really cute. She was
Dr.
from the
Rolf
Bronx.
became famous, so to speak, in her
Ida's
early
very cute.
70s.
Structural integration is a technique which aims at organizing and ordering a body.
She'd
Okay,
been
girl boss.
practicing
Yeah, you
her
know she
work
didn't take shit.
on her own for
Imagine
years.
saying you're a
But she
certified
had a
rolfer.
technology
Right.
that could improve the
Right.
functioning of almost anyone.
What do you do? I
So
roll.
she invented the 10-session series as a teaching device and as a treatment protocol.
Check
Isn't it
this.
painful?
So
Okay, just-
we have
oh,
this.
Sorry, I thought.
Was that the like chord progression of Metallica's One?
Wrapping.
No, rewind it a little bit.
So we have this wrapping around kind of everything. In
It
the
was
body.
almost
Specifically
Metallica's
the
One.
layer I'm working.
It's pretty. It's close. I hear it. I feel the vibe.
The guy that did I tried a rolfing session once just to see what it was like.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that did the practitioner quit Harvard. He was like in his second year to go to the Rolf Institute to become a Rolfer.
No way.
How crazy is that?
I love when people take such huge risks like that. Like
Yeah.
they completely go out of their comfort zone and they're like, I'm just going to do this because that's what I feel is necessary.
It's almost
people who
like-
do that, like, bravo.
Yeah. I can't.
I need you to clap too.
It's almost like you got brainwashed into a cult.
Yes.
This is like TM, like Transcendental Meditation or something, which is like, that sounds awesome, but there's definitely weird hierarchical, complications that happen. Like, who's the leader? Who's the boss?
Ah.
No one agrees.
So, what are you guys' thoughts on Rolfing as far as its axes?
Yeah.
Working on is under the skin, between the skin and the musculature cage,
It's
and I'm working on this
it's like a massage,
fascial
right?
wrapping on the
You're-
outside, the whole skin under the skin.
Oh, I don't like whatever that is. The skin. What we're
Most
looking at the
often
skin
when,
under the skin.
Why are
medical
they
profession
show-
or scientists
it's
do
uncomfortable.
dissections, they want to get rid of all this stuff called fascia, and it's really
Fascia.
the most abundant tissue in the body.
I-
It's continuous everywhere from the surface.
Why are we
actually
looking
all
at
the
your
way deep
fascia,
into-
bro?
into the
Yeah. Okay, but I am. The thing about me, and I'm a gullible like, I know that I'm kind of gullible, right? You say, yeah, your body is covered in fascia, and we want to get rid of it. I'm like, holy fuck, let's
All this
what do we do?
fascia.
I didn't
Ah.
even know I'm covered in fascia. I'm big mad about it. Like, somebody was like, I think Mark Maron's the one who has the joke about like the turmeric, right? Where it's
Yeah.
I was taking, you're like, are you taking the
With the
turmeric?
activated
and then it's
charcoal.
like, and then you don't activate it, then it doesn't work, and then I'm like, fuck.
But what's
that's
the
me.
turmeric for?
Yeah, what is it doing? I'm like, I get very confused, but I'm also very subby in the sense where I'm just like, okay.
You're an ideological sub.
I'm just like, okay, well, you seem really passionate about it, and you're saying, what are you doing, Buttons? This thing is clearly the thing that you should be doing, and I'm like,
I guess so. It's all
okay.
this fascia.
it's all fascia. I need to get rid of it. I don't. Okay, get rid of my fascia.
LA
does my-
Fascia Week.
How's my fascia looking right now? LA Fascia Week.
That's awesome.
That might be an event now.
It's just for Rolfers. LA Fascia Week is the new convention for
They're all lined
Rolfers.
up on Lakersham. Is that the
Yeah.
name?
They're eating at the Denny's.
Well, and it's a combination, right, of rolfing and fashion, right?
Incredible.
It's eco-friendly clothing line that makes it easy to get rolfed in.
Amazing.
LA fascia.
They're covered in their own fascia.
You know what? LA is the place where like that would work too. See, and here's the thing: is it that I'm gullible, or is it just that I'm LA? Because
I think it's your... No,
I
you
think
know
it's
what?
like an inherent LA-ness to be like, yeah, of course, we all.
It's because you live in 2022. That's why. Because, like, we've seen so much that is out of our range of belief now that literally anything could be possible.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not shocked when things happen anymore because I'm just like, what else is new? Well, this is pure chaos. We're living in the rapture.
Yeah,
Right.
like no, it's very true. Satire and reality are blurred.
Interchangeable.
That's why The Onion's not funny anymore.
It's
Yeah.
not funny.
Because it's real.
It is real.
Yeah, like, that's why The Onion doesn't even make stories, really.
They can't
Right.
anymore. It's
We live satire.
it is. I mean, that's the tagline of this show: is reality is a joke.
Because it is.
It is.
It's absurd that we're even here in the first place.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought it?
I'm just glad that my karmic cycle chose to be on this podcast.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm
Yeah.
very glad.
Thank you, karmic cycle.
Thank you, Karmic Cycle.
Put that
for-
in the Akashic
Right.
library.
So where are we at with the chart, honey?
Tonologically speaking,
Yeah.
Rolfing.
Oh, right. So I think that it is.
Do you think it's harmful?
I think it's probably in the middle,
Right?
and I think it's bullshit. 3L.
Boop boop boop.
Check.
Yeah, I think that it could. It's like right. Like maybe it's helpful. Who knows? I'm not gonna say it's not, but does it? I don't know. I mean, Ida is really cute though.
She's cute.
She is a cute little old woman.
It's a little culty though.
but it does feel culty.
I mean, you're getting rubbed.
But I do like getting rubbed.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like a good rub? You know.
Everyone loves a good
Everybody
rub.
loves a
Right.
good
Everyone
rub.
loves a rub. Like
Yeah.
it's good on like ribs too.
Yeah.
good
Especially
rub.
the insertion up here.
I like a dry rub on my ribs. I like them smoky too, baby.
You like them barbecued.
I do. I like barbecue ribs.
All right. Well, let's move on to the next one then.
Yeah.
Also, may I have the joint? And maybe this is time for us to take mushrooms.
You mean my dietary supplement? We would never
Oh, it wouldn't be, but I think you mean like yeah.
oh yeah, like
Reishi.
lion's mane.
Lion's
yeah,
mane and reishi.
Yeah.
Chaga.
Some ashwagandha.
Yeah. That's what that is in there.
I'll trade you mushrooms for weed.
It's a good trade.
Good trade.
Pretty good trade.
Do you like how I'm like
Yeah. Get it all out now.
you want to hit before we pass it back over?
Oh yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you'll get a joint, buddy.
Oh, you'll get it.
Oh, you'll get it.
Boop.
About to run up that fucking hill. Oh God.
I could get him to swap our places.
I would love to have a song that in 40 years from now I make $5 million from, just
Yeah.
from the royalties.
That would be
Just
very
from the
cool.
Your
streaming.
songs do already.
My songs?
Yeah, 40 years in the future.
Yeah,
Oh.
we're manifesting
You're
it right now. We're
saying
calling
that-
it into the
oh,
universe.
got it,
and
yeah,
That's
yeah.
they
actually
do.
what's happening right now.
It's happening. We're just not in that time slot. just yet.
Is this magic with
Yeah.
the K at the end? What we're doing?
This
that
is.
magic?
It's reality.
3 people manifesting.
Is that woo woo?
Yes.
Can we put that on the chart?
Manifestation.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Manifestation is a huge woo-woo.
It's
Yeah.
huge woo woo, and it's also a huge woo woo that I believe in. And I think that it lies on the authentic side because there is scientific data that's where it's like, intentions, the words that you put into things, does change like your neurons. Neurons, I think. What
The
they are.
CIA released a document of doing a manifestation study proving that it works.
Help yourself, my love.
I'll have one. I'll have Uno. Thank you.
Of course.
You got me.
Cheers. So what do we?
Eddie, he's gone away.
Eddie's gone away.
This was my British grandmother when I told her the news that I was going to college in America, because I'm from Canada,
Oh, I didn't know that.
and my grandparents were British. So when I was on the phone with them, I was like, I'm going to school in Boston, Massachusetts, and she gives the phone to my grandfather, Eddie, and she goes, Eddie, he's gone away.
It's one of my favorite grandma that I've never met quotes.
Yeah, Lily,
Because Lily is
Grandma Lily.
Grandma Lily. Love the Chown family.
Oh, they're a wacky
The
bunch.
Chowns are a wacky bunch.
Wacky.
M.
We're
Chown.
wacko.
M. Chown is weird. Avril Chown,
Yep.
weird. You,
We-
fucking weird.
Fucking weird.
Yeah.
My Aunt Avril, who lives in Sherman Oaks, she was in Godspell and Hair
What?
and was a go-go dancer in the 60s.
What?
Chums with Steve Martin.
Yeah, that's a whole thing. She's got famous chums. Well, did.
Did.
She attempted to be in the rock and the roll for 2 seconds. She was just like an entertainer for like 15 years.
That sounds wild.
She has got fucking personality.
She's got a lot of personality.
I love her.
Those are the only people that matter.
Yeah. I love her dearly. She is my family now. I've adopted her.
Aw.
Yeah.
I'm like an orphan.
You
Lit-
you
lit-
are.
I was gonna say like an orphan. No, I
No,
literally
you are
an
am
orphan.
an orphan.
You're literally
I'm,
an orphan.
I'm an adult orphan.
Yeah, you're an
They don't tend to call you an orphan unless you lose your parents when you're like a child.
Yeah.
When you're an adult, they're just like, suck it up.
Yeah.
Fuck, suck
That's
it up.
painful, yeah.
They're like, oh, boo hoo hoo, you don't have to go to a shitty family dinner. And I'm like, well, I'd like to go to
Yeah.
shitty family dinner. And they're like, yeah. Oh, everybody loves having their parents fucking nag them. And I'm like,
At least you get to do
And I'm like,
that.
but I'm like, exactly. I'm like, now it's my kink. I'm like, yeah, I wish somebody would be like, hey, did you brush your teeth? You fucking brush your teeth, kiddo? And I'm like, no.
Don't I ask you if you brush your
Yeah.
teeth?
Does that work?
Yeah. It's nice.
Okay.
Because you're rascally.
I
You'll
am
just
very
go to bed
rascal.
and I'm like, did you brush your teeth?
Oh.
I am in a lot of, I'm a mommy baby. I have
Yeah.
both characteristics.
Yeah.
I'm a Cancer.
Yeah.
So I'm like
This is
very
your
nurturing.
season.
Yeah. Oh, and I am feeling it. I cry twice a day. Twice
Yeah.
a day. Yeah, she was like, "Oh yes, yes, I've seen the roller coaster.
You thought-
1 minute so happy, next crying."
You thought the way I handled your temper tantrum last night, you gave it an A+.
I did though.
Oh, wow.
It was. Good.
I got an A.
Do share.
I was being neurotic, and our trainer has suggested intermittent fasting. So you're supposed to eat from like a certain amount of time to a certain amount of time, 12 to 8 p.m. But life is wild. You're out and you're running around. If you don't get the first meal into this time, then you're not really hungry at 6:30 to eat. And so what had transpired is that I went to yoga class, my second yoga class of the day. I don't know. I'm just like, fuck.
Why not? Do it.
I'm like, "Whoa." I'm really leaning into my asana practice. So I got out of class at like 9:30, and I'd missed my feeding window. But I just did like a very intensive, like hot yoga class. So I'm hungry. I've just burned a fuck ton of calories.
Right.
And I came home and I'm like, I don't know what to eat. What do I eat? I don't know. Now it's past the time. And Shmoo was like, oh, like, well, it's past the time. Like, what do you want to get? And I was like, how dare you ask me
Well,
that
also,
question?
But there's more context.
Oh yeah.
There's many layers of.
Well, there was the two rings before that.
Yeah.
The layers in the
This
day.
is actually a great opportunity for you to tell the story because you were going to do it anyway.
Peel away the fascia.
Yeah,
I'm gonna peel away
away.
the fascia.
Yeah.
So it all starts at the gym. Like we're about to like do some laps in the pool, and I get on this scale and I'm doing my thing, and this old woman walks up behind me, like in the bubble, and I'm just like, can I help you? And she's like, is it good?
Is what?
And I'm like, I ignore her because I'm like, I don't know. She's obviously, I'm just like, okay, baby, you're not right. You're not right, clearly. I'm half naked. I'm on a scale. I don't know you.
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? And so I'm like, whatever. And then she's like, is it good news? Is it good or bad? And then comes into the bubble, lurching over my like sweaty, wet shoulder, and is like looking at the scale. And I'm like, it's good. It's good news. Like, I've been, we've been working out with a personal trainer. I've been leaning into my asana practice, trying to like work out and connect with my body. But as somebody who's a fucking woman, people have opinions about your body no matter what you do.
Right.
All the time. So with that as a lens, I have my own internalized issues with fat phobia and weight and what does that mean and desirability. I have my own things that I have a therapist that I unpack on my own fucking time and not with strangers
Right.
at the gym.
Miss Bubble.
And so and here's the thing about me is I'm a very sweet like person. So when somebody does something shitty to me in the moment, I'm never that person that has that like quippy like, well, ba-da-da-da-da-da. It comes 30 to 40 minutes later, along with like seething rage. At the time,
I'm like that too.
I can't process. I
Yeah.
can't even process what somebody is doing to me is fucked up. I just know that I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, totally.
Ooh.
Totally.
And so I'm just like trying to have a conversation, and I'm like, yep, like I've lost 30 pounds this year, and I'm like, I have 30. I actually wasn't going to divulge this, but I said it was good news and I was going to leave it there. And then she said, cool, you going to keep going?
What, no one knows what, like, there's so much wrong with asking someone that.
It's so wildly inappropriate. I
Yeah.
would never in a million years think to question somebody about that.
Yeah.
Especially not while they're like in a bathing suit on a scale.
For real, you have no idea what they're going through.
You have no idea. And
This place is wild. This gym we go to,
there's
it's wild.
What gym?
It's the 24 hours
in North Hollywood.
Oh, cool. All right.
It's very like the interactions that we have
Yeah,
there are just
wacky.
weird.
Wacky. There's a lot of big dudes, like big buff dudes, with what's that?
The barbed wire, like
Thank
and
you.
tribal.
Yeah, of
tattoos.
course.
Yeah, lots of that.
Yeah. Big machismo, like people that like hot people that go to the gym, but because they're hot people that go to the gym, like that's like part of their like persona is they're like, I'm a hot gym person.
But you know
Which is
what?
cool.
What
Like, I'm
a
like,
trope.
okay,
But
get it.
I've actually met nice hot people there too.
Oh yeah, I mean everybody's there.
Yeah.
It's a gym, so obviously it's gonna attract people that work out, and there's all different people
There
that
was
work out.
there was a guy who was grunting in the hot tub. Right? And then when he went into the shower, it was like,
Like what?
It was very intense. If you didn't know any better, it would sound like you was J-O-ing. you know?
yeah.
Which you could in a hot tub with the jets on.
You could.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what was happening.
Yeah.
So okay, that happened.
Okay,
Then,
so yeah, the lady, yeah, I said, "Are you gonna keep going?" And that's when I like divulged all my personal information, and then she proceeds to then open up about all of her body image issues, and she's like, "Yeah, I may be old, but like you'll feel good because then your body will at least amount to something." And I'm just like, every body is a good body. Your body has kept you like in this life right now, so it's good. You have a good body. I have a good body. I'm gonna go swim and not spiral
Yeah.
now. Thank you. So I swim and I spiral a little bit, but not low, but not like a deep spiral, right? Just more of like a healthy stewing, right? I'm not really spiraling downwards.
didn't you aggressively twist me when we were in the pool? Like you crab, you took your legs and you grabbed onto me and like
Yeah.
spun me a little bit.
Yeah, I wanted to fake drown you a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
we have a playful
barbaric.
friend. We have a playful friendship, and unfortunately, Shmoo sometimes takes the lumps. I'm like, I need, like, like a stress ball. Sometimes you're kind of
So
a
you're
stress
the
ball.
stress
You're the
ball.
stress ball.
I can be the stress ball. Yeah.
Yeah, he can handle it. He's a toughie.
Was that voluntary? Being a stress ball?
No.
Well, yeah.
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 Okay.
I'm volunteering myself.
Yeah.
If I was like, no, stop, you would know.
Of course.
But no, it's
We have an open kind of.
we're very expressive.
Yeah, where there's that room for expression. If
Yeah.
one of us does something that we're like, oh, I don't like that,
Yeah.
then I think that's when we are. But we're pretty open to like.
I took a straw and started sucking on Jesse's chin in a coffee place while we were like ordering coffee.
Yeah, that's a bond.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of non-traditional affection,
Yeah.
like beaking of the eye.
Oh, we love that.
What is that?
He's got a beak.
I take
It's
my
a
beak
schnoz,
and I poke out her eyes.
poke me in the eye.
Yeah.
It's like a pecking kiss.
It
kissing
feels
thing.
really good.
Which Hello Big Nose Club.
Yeah, exactly. We're both beaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, beakies are hot.
And you're
Beaky blinders. That's what you do when that is called.
Oh
Poking
yeah,
her
wow,
eyes
I
out.
love that.
Beaky
Yeah,
blinders.
It's beaky blinders. I love that. Yeah. So you did get used as a stress ball a little bit.
Yeah.
In that case.
But
And then
you're funny when you very lightly and lovingly bully me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I like it. That's the thing.
It's enjoyable.
It's enjoyable. I do like being.
we like to roughhouse.
Yeah, we like to roughhouse. Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I love wrestling with my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we wrestle all the time.
I've like bruised some of my friends by accident. Like we get rough.
Yeah.
Ooh. We're very gentle. We'll do like rolling on the floor, but we're like conscientious of people's knees and backs.
Yeah.
As we're
Important.
We're like
Important.
slowly rolling over. It's more just like for the experience. It's not necessarily like a rough and tumble.
It's like a horizontal interpretive dance.
Yeah, it's exactly what
Yeah,
we're doing.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
It's really wholesome.
And very woo woo.
And it is very woo because it's like a very like sensual, intimate thing that we're doing, but it's like super non-sexual.
You're rolfing each other.
We're rolfing.
Yeah.
So that was the first layer behind the mini breakdown.
Yes. And then what happened later on in the day?
Second layer of the day, I'm out running errands. I go to grab a salad. I'm like in the place picking up the order. I'm like trying to figure it out because it's like delivery, pickup. And I'm like, I ordered it through an app. Which shelf did you put it on? And this like older like fit may have had a barbed wire.
I mean, why
Or
not?
like a tribal tattoo. Guy was like, oh, let me point you where you're at. And I was like, yeah, neither of them are mine. And he was like, oh, I like your tattoos. And that is like a big time thing I don't like to discuss with people because it's always, nobody's ever like actually trying to have like a cool conversation about my tattoos. It's like you're trying to hit on me. It's an opener. It's an
Oh.
opener to hit on me.
Got it.
Or maybe it's not, but I feel like the few times when it hasn't been like that, it's like some old woman being like, did it hurt? And I'm like, yeah, it hurt. And I like the pain.
I just want to say I like your tattoos.
Thank you. Well, it's also different when different people talk to me.
Yeah, and also if someone was like, I love this specific tattoo, you'd probably respond in a way that was like, oh, thank you.
Yeah, if somebody was like, oh, I like the little eyeballs, or like, I like your Wu-Tang tattoo. or
Yeah.
like- then it's a conversational piece. When people just, I like the ink.
Yeah.
Just like and a lot of times when people do it, they're always pointing at my chest piece, and I'm just like, fucking, just say you like my tits. I like my tits. People like tits. Just say that you like my. I would be so impressed if somebody was just like, nice tits. I'd be like,
That's a high risk, high reward maneuver for
it really
people.
is because it would be. It's like still like toxic, right? But at least I would be like, well, you were fucking open with it, right? Instead of like being coy and like being the nice guy.
Yeah.
Being like, oh, I like your tattoos.
You mean you like my tit?
You like
twos.
my tattoos.
My two tits.
My two tits.
Tattoos and two tits.
This
Your
guy
two-tit
is
tattoos.
trying to talk to me, and I'm kind of just like, I'm very nice and chill. I'm not like, fuck off, buddy. Even though like my inner dyke is always like, tell that man to fuck right off right now. Just be like, ah, and I'm like, no, I'm just like, okay, well, that may be dangerous. So I'll just be like, oh yeah, just shut it down. So I was just like, yeah, cool, man, whatever, bro. And then he tried to say something else to me, but I did that thing where I'm just, because now that I'm blonde, I love to play into the fact that I'm dumb and blonde.
Isn't being blonde so much fun though?
It is more fun being blonde. Like
It is my favorite thing I've ever done.
it's
with
so
my hair.
I went blonde when I was 13.
Really?
Yeah, I bleached my whole hair blonde.
love that. I love being blonde, and I love
best.
Yeah,
being
I loved it.
a blonde bimbo. So like he tried to like ask me something else, and I was just like, I don't get it. I can't hear you. I'm so dumb. It's so loud. I just literally I can't. Nothing's coming in. And
That's
so
a
whatever-
good bimbo voice.
Yeah, I'm just like, wow. I don't know. You a question? I don't know. I don't work here. I'm sorry. Sorry, I don't have any change. I love saying that to men when they catcall me. Sorry, I don't have any change.
Oh, but that's perfect.
Because it's like it's so bitchy. Because they're like, I'm not asking you for change. And then I'm like, oh, what are you trying to say to me?
Yeah.
Oh, nice tits. Okay, cool. Bye. Do you have any money? Because now I do want the money.
Yeah, this is a tax for
Yeah. Stupid comment tax.
yeah, exactly.
you know how wealthy women would be if there was a stupid comment tax.
Oh, so,
we would all be so rich.
it'd be so great.
I mean, there would be like capitalism be damned.
Yeah.
Like I
Be a new
would be
system.
pro capitalism.
Right.
It would be a whole new system. It
Yeah.
might just turn like just like very girl boss though. Like the idea that somehow like women are gonna be like kinder or more gentle. Like I'm just like
no.
no. All the men will go in cages. All of them. So I'm like,
Except for me.
except for you.
Oh,
You're
okay.
good.
Okay.
Yeah,
You'll go in a nicer cage.
Right, like an
you can have
middle
privileges.
management cage.
Yeah, middle management.
Perfect.
We'll let you out of the cage sometimes. Like, but only sometimes. But you can't let the other girls know that I let you out. Otherwise, they're going to get Biggie mad at me, and then I won't be invited to the daisy chain.
But
I-
you let
I-
me out of the cage for nighttime privileges?
Ooh.
Like feeding privileges and like
Ooh.
stoner. You know how in prisons, do you ever watch prison shows? They do this drug called clone.
No, what is that?
Okay.
I know about
know about it.
Jankum.
Oh, yeah.
Let's explore both.
That is
Prison Jankum.
rough.
Prison Jacob is the liquidy alcohol grape shit.
Oh no,
No, it's from
Prison
pee-
Jankum
pee-pees
is
and
what is
poopies.
they put their poop in a Ziploc.
Okay.
and then it ferments, and then you
Oh.
like open the bag and get
You
high
huff
off
it.
the fumes.
That's insanity. Wow.
I'm high off some jankum.
You're like, this is some good shit. Literally.
I don't know if we're gonna get flagged on TikTok for this, but here goes.
The truth about
Yeah,
Jankum.
the truth
Walt
about
Disney once
jankum.
said that our greatest national resource is the minds of our children.
We're definitely.
I disagree. I mean, let's be real for a moment. There's a reason why we ignored services encrypted. The bottle has
Love the twisty mustache.
Too much analysis. I want Jacob. I want
Yeah, we don't
it
need
raw.
In this essay, I will discuss.
What if you were like, I'm a, like, you know how there's like sommeliers and there's cicerone for beer?
my god!
What if you were like a shitteroni
that would be
and you were
incredible.
a Jankum, like, you're like,
A pomelier.
Well- Pumalier, I love that. You're like, the 2013, it just goes sour. It just doesn't hold the notes the way it's supposed to.
Oh, you gotta have the notes.
Yeah, the notes are biggie.
The notes
tiny.
of corn.
Oh,
I don't know if they're about to smell clone or not, but
see that toothpaste
You gotta
stretch?
use something suitable for your skin. What you be using? Best I found, you may not believe it, Summer's Eve. The medicine? Yeah, I swear to God.
The pussy medicine?
yeah.
High off pussy meds.
What? Do you know what was the medicine they said?
Summer's Eve. It's
Summer's
a
Eve.
You heard of it?
it's stuff for your pee, like your pussy.
I got a couple
Right.
people I'm cool with.
It's, for,
Are they-
like,
are they
yeast
doing-
infections, I think?
My roommate, the guy's on more drugs.
too woo-woo.
than-
I'm like,
than Whitney Houston.
I just look up in an herbal remedy book and put some crystals at my ass. And, like, hopefully that gets rid of my
So
recurrent
they
yeast
rolled up
infection. Who knows?
a synthetic blunt.
Yeah, I think clone is synthetic weed mixed
Kinda
with
sat
other
there for a
stuff.
minute, kinda
Oh,
watched it,
wow.
kinda, like, get that full
It's
experience.
a prison.
What they do is they dip it in coffee.
They're
first.
telling us right now.
Oh, yeah, here it is. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm like, they're telling us now.
Yeah, they're doing it.
Kind of nervous because like, damn, this is on camera. They're
Yeah.
gonna see it. I don't want to be involved.
Yeah.
Hey, go to that last cell on this wall.
Last cell on this wall?
Yeah, they won't smoke in hell.
I like that they're kind of making him the little bitch.
My
Go
whole
run
thought
and get the
process
light,
I
the
know.
lighter.
If
I
I'm
mean, that
gonna
makes
blend
sense.
it.
He didn't have anything to put on the
Can I
blunt.
just say something? If I was the bitch
Yeah.
in that situation, I'd be so like enthused. Not about the fact that I'm a bitch, but I would just be like, because I am a bitch, I would try to be enthusiastic.
A good bitch.
I would just be like, I would just say it. I'd be like, all right, I'll just be the bitch. I'll be really good at it. I'll really try. Just please don't like hurt me.
Could be a good compromise.
Do you know what I mean?
Like I get immunity if I'm the bitch.
I'll be the bitch. You
Yeah.
can call me. I don't care.
I
It's
think
fine.
I think it's a smart move, right? It's just like you're like, I'm not trying to make a play for dominance.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
I just want this to go as smoothly as possible. And
I'm
if that
really
means,
chill. I'm chill. I'll go get the clone. I'll roll the clone. I can beatbox well. Like I'm fun. I'll be fun. I'll
I
be
would
fun.
be.
I love
I'll be
how
fine.
You would
like
be.
I love
Yeah.
how like open you are. You're just like like how you're like how you.
I would just say it. I would just put all my cards on the table and just say I will be the bitch, and that's okay. Just please don't hurt me.
That's quite a. It's valiant.
It's very bold.
That would be my move.
I did
Smart.
the opposite thing when I went to jail.
What'd you do?
Well, I've only been to jail once, but
For what?
so I was
For being
in,
too cute.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was in New Mexico, panhandling, and once you step off the curb, it's called aggressive solicitation. And it just so happened that I was like there because I was. Long story. I was there for a rainbow gathering, which is like the poor man's Burning Man.
Oh, okay.
And so the cops were just looking to bust hippies in the area
There's also
doing shit.
do you know about Eeyore's something? Eeyore's wedding, Eeyore's. There's an Eeyore that's like tertiary burning like fucking 6th place Burning Man.
Wow.
Wow, no, I've never heard of that one.
No one ever goes to me.
Nobody knows about my festival. Oh, I wish some hippies would come to my festival. No, so I went to jail for 2 weeks for panhandling, which is like absolutely fucking ridiculous. But it was in New Mexico, like right off the res, so it was gnarly. It was like predominantly like white methy vibes, and then like people that were like on the res that got fucking hassled and put back into the system, and then like gangbanger Latinas. And immediately, like, it was like a giant annex style, like, so it was like a giant gymnasium with like, there's some bunks, but they were, of course, past capacity, so they had what were called boats, which is like the bottom half of a Tupperware, lined up against the wall. So there's just, and it's summer, so it's like fucking 100 degrees in a giant sweaty box with a bunch of bitches that do not fuck around. And they're all trapped in one fucking...
Didn't you have a prison girlfriend?
I did.
What?
I had a couple. There was a little bit of a drama.
What?
That was honestly the best part.
Oh my god.
That was the best part about jail. I was like, everybody's gay in jail. Cause,
they would have to be.
Because you're in jail and people get horny. So people that aren't normally gay are gay. And then there's people that are gay, like me, and they're like... Yeah, so that part of jail was very...
You're like, I don't know if I should try this, but I'm
like, oh my god, I've never done this before.
I feel like that's everyone's fantasy.
It was
gay
pretty
jail.
I had gay jail sex, so...
Right.
That's incredible.
That's the only thing good, I think, that came out of that situation. Because my first 5 minutes in jail, I'm trying to, like, make a phone call out. But, like, they're all... It's collect calls because it's from a jail, so I can't make out-of-state calls. So I'm trying to like talk to a whatever the guard or whatever. And I'm from the Pacific Northwest, and I am barely 20, almost 21. And so I'm just like I don't know what jail's like. So I'm like talking to them like I'm expecting them to actually listen to me and help. And I'm like, I need to get a cell phone to like get a phone call out, and like everybody's like, no, you're in jail. But while I'm doing this, somebody went to steal my roll of toilet paper.
Oh.
And I was frightened because, like, the last thing I'm like, I am from a predominantly white neighborhood and I am not hood, even though I'm mixed race. And I'm very uncomfortable and I'm very polite and I'm so nice. And the last thing I want to do is get stuck in here and not be able to wipe my ass. And I lost my shit, and I ran across the room, and I socked this bitch, and I was like, no, that's mine! And I grabbed my toilet paper roll, and I, like, go back to my little fucking Tupperware half, and I, like, sit down, and then, like, 20 minutes later, these, like, chicks came up, and they were like, hey, what's up, fool? I saw that shit earlier. That was hilarious as fuck.
Oh, yes!
They're like, so-and-so like is in solitary right now. We got a bunk upstairs if you want to ditch this shit. And I was like,
damn.
Okay.
You moved up.
Like, cool. All right. Like, I'll totally go up there. And I ended up having intercourse with one of the nice ladies that invited me up to the sales. But then later on...
Did that make you number 2?
No, I was just fresh meat, and I was kind of cool. But then...
Where were you
in the
pecking order?
In the pecking order? Oh, still, I'm a bitch. But like, okay, maybe not. Maybe I was just mid.
I'm feeling
I wasn't a bitch. I was mid.
Bottom. Yeah.
I was mid. Well, because I'm just, nobody knows me.
Yeah.
But like, I'm like, now that they know that I'll swing on some random bitch if she fucks with me, they're like, okay, well, we have to keep our eye on you, right? Like, people aren't trying to peck on me or like take my milk or anything, you know?
It's important.
I feel like you would do so well as a pod boss. I've said this before.
Yeah. I would run a real tight ship.
We would all
be up doing yoga.
Yeah.
We would be reading.
Yeah.
We'd be having sex all day. We would all be scissoring.
And
that's the best arrangement.
Yeah.
Might as well. You would be such a force of positivity. The guards would hate you.
Yeah.
Because they're fucking full of hate.
I get the shit beat out of me and put in solitary all the time.
But you're like a hero.
I would do it.
And everyone loves you. And you're strong and powerful. And you defend yourself.
This is kind of like
sounds like you're a pioneer for you're the penitentiary pioneer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Where are we on our chart?
Yeah,
Oh wait, should we watch them smoke clone?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
we're
And I
like
have to do it.
3 steps
Like, I
removed.
have
There was like a layer and a story, and then we hopped to another thing. We're just.
Did
like,
you finish your story?
Uh-uh.
You should finish your story.
Well, we will, but we don't.
Of the
nothing's-
temper tantrum?
Yeah, nothing's linear. Yeah,
Oh.
the temper tantrum.
So if you walk down my hall,
It's a wiggly story.
at the very
Oh,
end,
so
there's 2
those are the
cells
best
down there.
stories.
There's no camera or mic.
Except for the camera that's
And the
filming you
guy
right
on the
now.
other side of the door wasn't too friendly. They don't talk to me. They won't look at me. You know what I mean? These guys, no respect for me whatsoever.
Yeah, because you're somebody else's bitch going to get the light. Oh, I did drugs in jail too.
Did you do clone?
Not clone though.
No, he's gonna come bring you the light. I don't think he trusts me.
They asked if I partied, and I was like, yeah, I party. But I didn't know what that meant, and then it meant like drugs. And I was like, oh, well, I don't want
What
to.
kind of drugs
Here's the
did
clone.
you do?
Here's the clone.
Some kind of snorty
Did you see
guy.
that? Do you see that?
Uh-uh.
You're missing the clone. You gotta look at the clone. Look at that. Look at that shit. It's like toilet paper bunched
Wow.
up.
Yeah.
And it's like synthetic weed and like other chemicals
Yeah. I mean,
to
because
make it burn.
you're in jail, so getting high
Yeah, you
on anything's
experiment.
going to be cool. you
Yeah.
know?
I tried to play the
That's why I
street-
said I
it's
did
just not me.
powdery stuff. I'm like, I don't know what the powdery stuff was. Definitely not cocaine, though.
Yeah.
Something a little bit harder, I
But
feel like.
I'm here undercover. There's no backing out, so I'm just kind of roll with the punches at this point.
I just remember getting big mad because they were watching Family Guy and then somebody kept changing it mid-episode, and I didn't even like Family Guy.
I see you with someone filing your nails for you.
Yeah.
Okay, I see that for me too, but I just want that outside of a lockdown situation. I would like to have that like without being incarcerated.
That's all right. Yeah, just have it outside in
I
public.
think let's just not do that one. I would just like not. But yeah, for a jail experience, like I obviously being there 2 weeks was horrible, but I had like there was like little nuggets of like, I mean I there was love in the air. There was the first girl that I would like dated with, but then I got kicked out of the cells because I smelled too bad.
Really?
Well, because it's the middle of the summer, and I don't have deodorant because I don't have any like of my own personal effects, right? And so I'm taking like 6 showers a day, but it's like 100 degrees in New Mexico, and I have zero deodorant, and they're feeding me weird jail food, so I'm just fucking sweating out Salisbury steaks, and everybody's like, "Yo, homegirl, like it smells like straight up cebolla in here, like you
Oh
need
my
to do
God.
something." And I was like, "I've already taken 6 showers a day." I was like, "Will somebody give me some deodorant?" And they're like, "No, fool, we don't fucking share deodorant." And I'm like, "I've had your coochie in my mouth. Give me a sliver of fucking deodorant." Jeez.
Yeah, can't she cut off
Like
the
just
thing?
sliver off of no, it was very weird. I think the one girl was coming back out of solitary confinement, and I think that maybe that was
They
her
found
girl.
an excuse. Oh.
And so it was like she had to like kick me out before her girlfriend came back.
Prison affairs.
But that was okay because then I started hooking up with this other girl in the different cell. So
See, you did okay.
Damn.
yeah, so I did that. Like I did the weird random drugs, and then I got mad that Family Guy kept getting switched.
Which drugs did you do?
It was a white guy, but I don't feel like it was coke. I feel like it was
Were
something
they
harder.
good? Like, did it do the trick?
I mean, I was definitely like I was zinging at first when I got in there, right? Like there's like people pace, right? You just do laps. And at first when I got in, I was like, that shit looks stupid. You're just walking in a fucking circle. That night, I was like, let's do some fucking laps. Who wants to do a lap with me? Melinda, get down here. Let's do some laps. I want to take you out on the town tonight, baby. Slick down those eyebrows. We're going to go on a lap around the fucking cafeteria tables over here. Let me take you on a nice proper date. We'll have a nice hot shower sex, and then we'll go for a couple of
That's
laps.
romantic as hell.
And then we'll read some books together and like think about why we're here.
Did you have an illegal cell phone?
No.
Did anyone have a cell phone?
Yeah, I couldn't use it though. Nobody's gonna let me use their fucking minutes. I'm nobody. I'm like I'm just a newbie.
Yeah.
People are just trying to fuck me. They knew I was gonna get out really soon anyways.
Yeah.
But that was my one time in jail, and I would never do it again. Even though I had I had sex and like partied. I mean, I could have sex and party out here. So, like,
Yeah,
I could literally have the same thing happen out here, and then I get to like not be in jail. So, No reason
It
to
was
go
a
to
good
jail for that.
transition for you.
Yeah.
You're like, now I'm used to this.
Yeah, I'm used to this. Yeah, I do like somebody doing my nails for me though.
Should we segue back to the chart, our woo-woo chart?
Yeah, let's segue back to the woo-woo
Remind us where we are on the chart.
Well, we have only 2 things on it.
Oh my god! All right.
It's I mean that's the cold
Yeah.
the meat and potatoes of the
Yeah.
show. So
Yeah. Yeah, we come back.
We're playing off.
Yeah, we go out. We come back in.
yeah, we still have to finish telling the rings of trauma and my
My
meltdown as well.
God.
It goes on and on. Crystals and yeah, well, there's lavender in here, but lavender's not necessarily woo woo. But crystals and
Crystal's
herbs,
authentic and you know what? Authentic, right on the line.
right? Productive. I mean, I have crystals. I do like to put them out during the full moon.
But it could easily, like, there are also supposedly harmful crystals, depending on your sun sign.
Oh,
I've
is that
heard,
right?
I've
Yeah.
heard that too. And then I've also been like, people are like, well, you can't just have any crystal too, because like, how did you get that crystal? Was it like mined by a fucking child in like a third world country?
Those are how I get my crystals.
Which
Yeah.
is like, I'm like, I don't know.
Only child mind.
Right.
I was like, I had too many drinks at brunch, and then I went to House of Intuition, and I got it there. I don't know where they got it from, man. I paid too much for it, but I hope they didn't get little kids to get it. I don't know. So like, maybe crystals in and of themselves are authentic, but maybe the way that we use them in Western culture is very bastardized.
Ooh.
I like
Okay.
that. Yeah.
And maybe not, maybe
So
harmful.
direct center?
Maybe like, where do crystals go in this woo woo? Shmoo shmoo. That was terrible. I'm sorry. I'll never call you shmoo
Woo
shmoo
woo
again.
You could call me shmoo shmoo.
Yeah, you don't mind it?
No.
I thought it was like I jumped and I like
No.
missed the cliff. And I
No.
just
Not at
plummeted
all.
to my death.
No,
No.
yeah, that was a good payoff.
I loved it.
Shmoo shmoo is a kind of Thai dumpling.
Is it really?
No. What if it was?
I would have believed you. I was like, wow, I would love to
This
try
pork
that sometime.
shmoo shmoo is incredible.
You know what? I agree with you. Right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Smack dab in the middle of town. I don't know any other lyrics, so I'll go back down up on the roof. Yeah, up on the roof. Some content, baby. Streaming live to those asses. While we're on tabs of acid.
I love that.
But we are not flaccid.
No,
We're hard with that knowledge.
I'm rock hard with knowledge.
And did you
didn't
even go to
graduate
college?
Yeah. No, I dropped out. I dropped
okay.
out. It's all right.
I would love if there was a song that asked the question, the next line answered their own question.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Did I even go to college? Well, no, I dropped out.
No, I dropped out.
Do I love my mother? It's complicated.
It depends on what day you're asking.
Yeah.
You know what this sounds like? This sounds like a Bruceo skit. It's giving me Kith. It's giving me Bruce.
Such as this one.
Kith sausages.
Okay, no, sausages is way too like deep.
Art House.
Yeah,
Which
love-
flavor of Bruceo?
like maybe it's more of a Dave vibe. We're big Kids in the Hall fans.
Oh.
So wait, you're saying, say the whole thing to me because I'm now high on mushrooms.
I
Weed?
lost it.
Oh, yeah, I lost it.
Yeah, no, I lost it too.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah, we can move on.
All right.
Back to the chart. Back to this.
Everything's
part of the
on
chart.
YouTube.
Tautologically, where are we in the chart?
Cannabis. Cannabis is woo-woo,
There's so much room for that.
but I think that cannabis is productive mostly. I say that, and then I'm like, you do wake up and smoke marijuana. And I'm like, yeah, and then I don't hurt anybody, and
Yeah.
I meander throughout my fucking day without, like, crumbling. So I think it's mostly good. We recently started doing more CBD weed, so we're not getting, like, fucking blitzed at, like, especially me, because I'm, like, up doing yoga at, like, 7 a.m.
Yeah.
I don't need to be fucking, like, blitzed on a 43%, like, THC
Good
weed
Lord.
at, like, 8 in the morning.
My
like, that's
God.
not good for... I don't think that's good.
No.
But I'm very high functioning. So I'm like, well, it's not bad. And I'm like, says who? And I'm like, says me. Says my own internal voice. And I'm like, yeah, I think that you're just trying to avoid the fact that maybe, like, weed can be, it's a tool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if
You can
you're
abuse it.
overusing it.
You can abuse
yeah,
it.
you can abuse it.
Oh, easily.
I do like that there is a legal form of purchasing weed and also a black market form of purchasing weed.
I hate that there's people still incarcerated for weed.
Yeah.
That's
I hate
fucking
that.
ridiculous.
I hate that.
yeah. That's the worst part of
That's
it.
probably the worst.
But it's like cannabis is for sure authentic,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
There's not really a lot of ways you can bastardize it,
Right.
unless you're like those weirdos that like put like sprinkle like PCP on it.
Yeah.
I would be so pissed.
You know, I feel like that's happened to me once.
Really?
don't-
When I was a teenager, yeah. There was this one time where I was like, this isn't just weed.
Wow.
There was a lot of weird shit when I was like spiked weed was like a common
Weird.
thing
Oh
in
my
Toronto.
God.
That's terrifying. I've smoked weed for, I mean, almost 20 years now.
Never been spiked once.
Never been spiked once.
I've been smoking weed for 21 years. Since I was 14. And you know, I was the last kid in high school,
To do
grade
that?
9, to smoke weed.
Wow.
Everybody else had tried it, and you were like, no, not for me. And then,
The earliest kid was like 12 probably.
Wow.
And then the oldest kid was like 15, 16.
Wow.
Or maybe, wait, but if I'm the... Wait a minute, I have to recalculate this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about this two different ways. I was the oldest kid within the not loser nerds.
Got it.
The
'Cause
loser nerds,
loser nerds don't
that's
smoke weed?
2 years late. They needed to develop a little more until they're...
socially, before people
Yeah,
were like,
but-
hey, do you want to smoke weed?
Yeah, but like within the... I was like not in the middle of the cool group, but I was like at the
The fringe?
fringe of it. Like I was in the middle, but like I could still come in and associate.
You were
cool-
quite chameleonic in that
You could,
way.
Yeah,
you
very.
can move through the ranks.
I can move through the ranks. I can get along with anybody. But so
Must be nice.
out of
Must be fucking nice.
in terms of where I was in the hierarchy of the kids, I smoked weed late.
I definitely smoked weed early, I think.
Like
I've always been a weird kid. Like, I've been liked. I've been likable, but I've always definitely been the weird kid.
Yeah. So where are we putting weed?
I think we're going to put weed in authentic and productive, but not, like, the most productive.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
maybe...
I would say like 2 above.
Yeah,
Right,
right.
right.
Like, it can be helpful because I definitely see, like, for people with like chronic illness
Yeah.
and pain, like it's very helpful. I think it's way better than drinking.
Oh, without a doubt.
Like I would way rather go out and smoke a couple of joints and then like instead of like having. I also can't handle my alcohol anymore, which is really sad. I like drinking, but drinking doesn't like me.
I mean, it's not being hungover, having like that sour stomach's
It's the worst.
not the best feeling anyway.
It feels trashy. I don't
trashy,
like
yeah.
it.
Just like, oh, why did I have that Mike's hard?
I recently went out last weekend and then like by the end of the night I was like, I don't like this anymore. I want to go home to my nice warm bed. This is stupid. Why am I out here with these people that I don't know, that I don't like? I don't want to do any random drugs anymore. I don't want to have sex with any of you. And I'm like, ew, what are we doing now? And I was like, oh, you were just like drinking and out and like going with the flow. And I was like, well, I'm done with the flow. Take me the fuck
Like
home.
if I can barely remember it, like that's it.
You're like, this is done. I don't like this. We're not doing it. I'm done here. Let's move on to
QAnon.
QAnon.
Definitely harmful.
That is like bastardized harmful.
Yeah.
We could put them literally
Far,
right
in the triple word score.
Yeah, they're like in the fucking peak corner of bastardized, harmful, woo-woo vibes. Q is just talking to them, sending them cryptic messages. It doesn't even make sense, like, when you listen to them try to track it.
Scientology is going to be in the same corner.
Easily.
Oh, yeah, I have to put Scientology
How about Nexium, where Keith Raniere
right.
asks the ladies to brand the newcomer?
Right. That was huge, like, last year.
Yeah. The documentary on HBO is a 6 out of 10. There's another one that was on Clipty-Clopty. Fuck. What's like a B network?
I don't know networks. NBC?
No. Nixium documentary. It was not. The Vow was fine. The other one was the one that was good.
The Vow.
I had yeah, I didn't know. My friend got to be on like a podcast with someone who survived that cult.
Oh wow.
Which Nixium?
Yeah.
Your friend was on a podcast with them?
Yeah.
Do you know who they were on a podcast with?
No, I would have to ask her, but she said it was about cults because she was in a cult too.
Oh. I think it was A&E. A&E Nexium.
A&E Nexium. Scientology, harmful, bastardized,
Big
woo-woo.
time.
We're just gonna overlap them.
I went to a
right?
Scientology open house once.
Whoa.
I definitely like, you know, when they like set up the little like centers like in like a public area where there's like, just like a little
The
table.
celebrity square.
There's like a little table. So like growing up in Portland, they would set up in downtown like Pioneer Courthouse Square. And, you know, as like a weird punk kid, one of the days I think I just stumbled in there. And I remembered it was so hilarious because it's just like, have you ever felt stressed? I'm like, yeah. Like, have you ever felt like lonely? Like, yeah, I've definitely, I've felt that, yeah.
Done that?
They're like,
yeah.
like, they're like, well, let me tell you. Have you ever like feel anxious about the future or like not really sure of your direction in life? And I'm like, yes. And they're like, oh, well, you're fucked up. Dianetics. You got to read this book.
Oh, of course.
And then I was like,
What was the meter thing that they were measuring you on?
E-meter.
they were like,
The E-meter. Yeah, thank
The
you.
E-meter measures your thetans. And it's monitored by an auditor who...
Right.
Well, I had an E-meter reading, and they sit you in this cute, like, this room, and the auditor, like, has you grab, like, these... It looks like... It's like this big cylinder with, like, strings that have two other metal cylinders that you hold, and then they have the needle on their side. And then the whole time, I'm not even kidding, they stare in your eyes.
wow.
Like, they maintain, like, the creepiest eye contact. They're just... for 2 minutes.
I mean, I would kind of like that. I like direct eye contact.
Not these guys.
Can we switch headphones? These are hurting my ears.
Yeah. Well, how is it going to stretch that far?
I don't know. It won't, will it?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay. I'll just bear with
sorry.
it.
You could either raw dog it and just
Maybe I need, like, fucking towels or some shit.
just put some paper towels. Like a paper towel.
Yeah,
right?
should I do that?
My headphones were, like, zonked out a while ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I've been raw dogging.
I'm going to experiment.
Okay.
But yeah, take us to our next thing.
Take it
Our
away.
next item.
Take it away, Johnny. I would definitely. I
Come on now.
Does anyone want water, by the way?
I could go for that.
I'm fine. I have a water right here. Thank you, though.
Oh, thank you. Wunderbar. Thank you for this purified drinking water processed by advanced filtration.
Yeah.
I
Only the finest from Target.
Absolutely. You got to admire that reverse osmosis.
The 4 Agreements.
This is honestly so much better.
I love it.
It matches your shirt, too.
Thank you.
Like, you're in true engineer mode right
This
now.
is how I gotta
You
live my life.
look like you're
now.
in the stew.
I am in the stew.
That, like, I mean, yeah, we literally are in the stew. But, like, you look like
I'm a
you're in the
stewman.
stew. Yeah.
Your name is Stu.
I'm gonna change my name to Stu.
Stew
from Shmoo.
Pickles.
Imagine being named after a soup, like a hearty soup.
I like it.
My name is Stu. Oh, I'm hungry.
I mean, I'm thick, so, like, I think you could call me Stew. I'd be
Right.
like, I like it.
Yeah.
Like you have Stu, and then you have your brother Alfredo. Like it's just you have a
And your
family
cousin Chili.
meal. Yeah.
I love it.
Fry is your brother.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, why is this a potluck right now?
I love it. The 4 Agreements are... It's a book. It's a book.
It's authentic, productive. I want to say.
I say, like, I don't
because
think
I
there's
haven't
anything-
seen a lot of people weaponize it.
I haven't...
I like that line of reasoning. It's good.
You're right. I haven't seen anybody weaponize it yet.
Like, no one's ever been an asshole, and it was like my favorite book's The 4 Agreements.
Right.
They probably exist, but it's like they're just an asshole in the way that like they just like gaslight you, but they don't try and like you know, they're not into politics or whatever. They're just like, I'm just gonna go to Joshua Tree.
Yeah.
Okay, where would you put The Game and Mystery? Do you remember Mystery? From Behind the Music's The Pickup Artist from 2007 to 2009?
No, but
No.
I remember that era of TV.
Is pickup artistry woo-woo?
No.
Because Mystery...
No.
All right, just check this out. Hear
No,
me
it's
out.
completely man-made.
Hear me out here.
Yeah.
Let me
And if
put-
anything, it'd be bastardized harmful.
Yeah.
It totally would be that, but it still could be woo-woo.
Just like all those incel YouTube channels and stuff, like alpha men's channels.
Exactly. You might recognize him once you see him, but
I don't want to.
Oh my god.
Are you ready to know the 5 attraction switches that exist in every woman ubiquitously? The first we've talked about already. It's called pre-selection. We need to demonstrate that we are pre-selected by other women. We can do it through storytelling. We could do it through photo
Yeah, this one
routine.
chick said I was
We could
really
do
fucking
it-
hot this one time, and I had a giant schlong, and I make a lot of money, and I have the best sex ever, and she wants to marry me, but I
can't do that.
she's like a 6, so I don't know if I'm gonna do it.
She's a 6, but she dates a pickup artist.
let's watch his
3.
Yeah.
Go back.
No, that's too dark. This is Neil Strauss, the guy that came up with The Game.
And she ran, she looked in the mirror, and she was like, oh my God, I can't believe I just did that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Well,
Let's say the whole... that's
This
awesome.
man is the
And
funniest thing I've
there's
ever
no
seen.
Neil Strauss.
The whole thing is guys...
Howard from The Big Bang Theory may have learned a few tricks from author Neil Strauss. He taught what he calls average frustrated chumps to manipulate the women they want in his
Well, at least that's open. At least they're just like they're calling it what it is, right?
Is it woo-woo, though? That's
No.
it's no for...
No, it's a no for
Okay.
me. It's a no.
Do you have the buzzer?
It's over here, but I will bring it out. I'm gonna bring it out.
Bring the buzzer.
Bring the buzzer.
Release the buzzers.
It's my microaggression buzzer.
Amazing.
So we're putting
It's like problematic. Problematic.
we're putting a no on pickup artistry being woo-woo.
No.
Got it. Okay, I gotta go pee, but you can go on to the next one.
Also, now that it's here, feel free.
Ooh,
If
I might
you-
have to give one eventually.
Yeah, like because there's some.
I'm gonna use it to its honored
Yeah, exactly.
state.
I'm like, yeah, I love it. Smash.
It's
I'm ready.
within hand's
I'm ready.
reach.
Sometimes like, it's it's not even Shmoo's fault. Like I said, he's just in close proximity, and he's a man. And there's a lot of things that piss me off about men. So sometimes he's just in proximity, and so he's not doing a damn thing except being a sweet angel. But I'm just like, fucking say it. I'm ready. And then I'm like, sometimes I have to take a deep breath and remember, I'm like, oh, we're on the same team. We talk about spicy things, but like it's in good faith. Like we're on the same team, we're friends. But I'm like, I'm ready to set it off at any second.
It's
and
so tempting.
it's like once you have that power where you're like, it's like don't touch the button. But then it's also I think really funny because then it reminds me of like how unproductive and useless leftists can be sometimes. Because if you're trying to have a productive conversation and somebody's just
that's problematic
the whole time, you can't really have a fucking conversation.
No, why'd you say that word?
Yeah, constantly. And I mean, I like to laugh at myself where I'm like, okay. Can you articulate why, or is it just that you like don't like the feeling that? And I'm like, yeah. So, and then I can just be open with it. I'm like, yeah, no, it's the feeling. I just don't like it. Is it based in reality? No, it's not. But reality's a joke, and I'm like,
it is.
So it's my reality, baby.
Mine.
What we got?
Sorry, I didn't do anything productive. I was just talking about how sometimes. About having good faith conversations, and then, but also how
people just like
people, you're a man, so I'm like at any point in time, I'm ready to fucking cancel. Yeah. I'm like,
I'll say the, and it's like, oh,
this motherfucker. If he says another word after the, I swear to God. Of course, once again, white guy taking up
always
space,
eating with her definite articles.
How dare you?
God.
Drop the, all right? Not so formal here, okay?
Yeah, where's an and an N?
Fucking classist.
Oh my God.
We're royalty
That's
now?
forward of you.
Yeah, really fucking forward.
All right.
So next thing on the list, sage.
Sage.
That's
I
a good
mean,
one.
like
sage, like indigenous populations,
authentic, productive.
They it's their thing, and they've specifically asked people to like stop getting.
I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
Whenever you're done, I just wanted to put my hand up so that I have something.
I like.
But continue.
No, I like that. Yeah. I like how you did it, and you did it to be polite. but I instantly am like, this motherfucker just raised his hand. Oh, what? It's a classroom now. Oh, I'm your teacher now.
You have something to say?
No, I know. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll undogpile you. I'm like, take all the doggies off, all the puppies off, Shmoo. All right, go lay down, doggies. No more dogpiling. Sage.
The thing I was gonna suggest is, what are those those fucking headdresses that people wear at festivals?
Yeah.
That would be woo-woo.
Those are bastardized.
But they're definitely bastardized and harmful, right?
Yeah, definitely in the bastardized.
I thought that would be a good suggestion for that quadrant.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
That's all.
I mean, it could be bastardized productive. Because headdresses, as of themselves, are productive for aesthetic quality. But
that's
they've
true.
Been bastardized.
But
that's true.
Big harmful to native populations and indigenous populations because they're not costumes.
But then it's authentic productive. Whereas if people wear them as a costume that aren't indigenous, then bastardized productive.
Yeah, I guess it depends on who's wearing it, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. I like this little back and forth. I don't know where to go.
Oh, it's getting heated.
It's getting very, very spicy.
Cognitively heated.
Yeah.
It's very spicy. Where are we putting the sage though for now?
Sage is chill. It's authentic.
I feel like it's in the crystal section, or it's like where the crystal is, right? Where it's neither harmful nor productive, nor authentic nor bastardized.
Okay.
Or maybe maybe on top of it, right here. I mean, productive in the sense where if your place is stinky and you burn some sage.
Where would Palo Santo go? Because that's used by people that aren't indigenous, right?
Yeah, and it's a
But
it's a dwindling species, so it's like
and it's a
being
dwindling exactly, yeah.
being over harvested.
Authentic harmful?
Yeah, that is not. Whoa! Now
Authentic and harmful.
We're taking these.
And maybe sage could be in there because indigenous populations have also been asking people to stop foraging and harvesting.
Because I
sage.
can't stop buying Palo Santo. I love that shit. I'm definitely
It's not clearing out any of the spirits, though.
No, but it smells amazing.
The spiritual aspect is not doing anything for you, but
Authentic,
but it does
harmful.
smell.
Yeah.
I think a sage and Palo Santo have to go in the authentic harmful, used in the Western sense by non-indigenous populations.
Yeah.
So that's still authentic because
Yeah.
that thing in and of itself it's like weed, right? Like it is still what it is. But as white people, should we be using it? Probably not. But it smells damn nice.
It smells so good.
Oh yeah,
I like it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Aura readings.
Wait, did we figure out where we're putting what was it in the we were debating about what was the thing before Palo Santo?
I just put sage with Palo
but
Santo.
Headdresses, thank you.
Headdresses.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want me to put headdresses on?
bastardized productive.
Bastardized productive. Man, this is really hard. I think I would put it obviously on the bastardized side. But like,
yeah,
I'll
it's
show
beautiful
you.
to look at.
Yeah, they are beautiful to look at. I'll show
And
you
they're
what I'm
not
thinking.
used for harm.
That's true.
But I think that non-native people using native people as costumes is harmful.
What if it's non-native people being given a headdress by a native?
But I don't think that would happen. But I mean, if it did, then that would be different, though. But that would be the exception, not the
Yeah,
rule.
that's like a fringe case.
And they're like, a lot of indigenous people, like there's a story behind it, right? You earn pieces of it, feathers, and you don't. It's not just like it's like a thing you just slip on, right? Like it's to denote, where you are.
Where do we draw the line where people can enjoy wearing things that make them happy?
You can when it's not somebody else's culture that you're dressing up in.
But okay.
That's the
walk on a journey with me.
Mhm.
What if there was like this other thing called like a bed dress, and everyone in society agreed, okay, this is like the imitation of this other thing, but we're making this so that people can enjoy wearing it and it's fun and it's a costume and we've all agreed it's okay. Would that work?
But then to the natives, it's still
I
harmful.
think I think it would still be harmful, and considering the history, right?
So there's no way around it.
I don't think there's a way around it.
It's like let's wear gold stars of David just for fun.
Right.
Yeah. If you are somebody like that's from that culture that's using that's fine. But I don't think outside of it it's cool. But like a good one is like people are like, can I wear a bindi or something like that? And it's like, well, if you're being invited to like an Indian wedding, right? Yeah. Wear a sari, wear a bindi, because then you're showing respect for the culture, right? But if you're just doing it because you think it looks cute aesthetically,
Like white people with
like
dreadlocks.
Gwen Stefani or white people with dreadlocks, you're taking on something else that like has like cultural significance to somebody else.
Yeah.
So the
And-
difference between appropriation and appreciation is like how you're
Okay.
engaging with it and what culture you're from.
I feel like where it starts to get a little dicier is when you get into food. When it's like, if you're Latino, you could cook Japanese. If you're, we can mix
let's
it
just
up.
be honest. If you were eating at any restaurant, 75 to 85% of the time, a Latino is cooking your food.
In LA. Oh, you
And
think
even
anywhere?
outside of LA, I think that like.
Well, also too,
the-
it's food. We need food, but we don't need to dress up a certain way.
Yeah, we don't need to do
Right.
that. But I think that in general, like the Latine population is largely working in our restaurants and kitchens. So just like, regardless.
What I'm saying though is, let's say there's this white guy.
Yeah.
He's a really good chef, and he's like, all I want to do is cook Creole food.
Yeah.
Okay, cook Creole food. Do it. Right? And people accept that he's appropriating someone else's culture and making his own version out of it that people can enjoy and
People go both ways on it.
But I would say most people, if you polled most people, I would say most people would say, yeah, it's okay to appropriate someone else's cuisine. And like there's much more globalization or like acceptance with like cross globalization.
I think you could,
cooking.
I think food is one of the ways that we can share appreciation, right?
Yeah,
for another
yeah.
culture. But I guess still, and this is because I'm a fucking lefty, but I would look at the historical context of whose food we're cooking, who's making it, if they're profiting off of it, because they're making a whitewash version of it and making something that was beforehand seen as too exotic or too foreign.
Do you know how many bad like non-Jewish delis I've been to, where it's white people non-Jews doing deli, and I'm like, what is this?
You don't do that.
It's so bad.
Don't.
Like what do you think's a bad deli?
There was this bad deli in Austin, Texas, where I used to live, and it closed immediately within me moving there. Like it was called Schwartz's. It was only open for a year because it was so shit.
Wow.
You know? Yeah.
Damn. Well, I think that's the other thing too, is if you're gonna do somebody else's culture, you better do it right.
Or like when we went to that kosher Mexican restaurant.
That was the worst.
That was the worst.
Kosher Mexican.
I knew
so bad.
before Shmoo even took a bite of the tacos. I knew they were gonna be trash because like it was the silver tray of death.
Always
the silver
no
tray
plate.
of death.
No plate. So I eat the crispy taco, it goes everywhere. I make a fucking mess everywhere.
It was a whole.
Yeah, if it's that silver tray,
That you know it's not gonna.
You
be
know
good.
it's done.
You shouldn't even touch it at that point.
Yeah.
When I walked in there, I was like, this is not the place where I'm gonna order tacos.
But anyways, we digress. What were we talking about? Headdresses.
Headdresses.
Would you mind going back to the chart?
Sure, of course.
Bastardized productive, I'm telling you.
I think I'm with you. I'm trying to figure out the point that I want to put it on. So you keep clicking.
Well, I need to download a picture of a headdress to put it on the thing.
Okay, I didn't know. I thought that project was done.
No.
Hey.
Pump your brakes.
Hey.
Pump your brakes. I'll tell you when it's done.
Oh yeah.
Okay, it's done. Now I can go back to the chart.
I would go like 7L and 1 up. Can we agree on that? 1 up in the productive direction? What do y'all think? You don't think it's productive. You do think it's productive. 1 up seems to be the compromise.
Like 2 more down.
I'm like, it goes here, guys.
When I like in the productive though.
Well, that's where y'all disagree. We have to find
it's only harmful.
Well, why don't you just put it on the line?
Put it on the line with
Okay,
Rolfing.
That's fair.
Yeah, because that way it's not productive or harmful. It's just kind of net neutral.
Okay. Right. Can we all live in
Amazing.
this
Yeah.
reality?
What's that?
Does this reality work for all of us?
Where's Rolfing now? Did you have to move Rolfing?
Rolfing was
I feel
bastardized.
Yeah, should we make Rolfing more? Maybe I should put the headdress.
You think it's more bastardized than Rolfing?
Yeah.
Do you think that?
If non-native people are wearing it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
heavy.
'cause
It's heavy on the bastardized.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We're good. We figured it out.
It's a true bastard.
That was a good accent.
Thank you.
Good accent work. Okay. Numerology.
My God. There doesn't seem to be anything authentic about it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so pulled from like ancient history that it's like lost its grandeur.
Yeah, it's kind of.
So like it has to be bastardized, and it's more harmful than productive.
Wow.
Yeah, huh?
Because it's like it doesn't do anything
Other than disillusion people?
Yeah.
Damn.
Like it true.
I like some. I love
angel
some
numbers.
angel
I'm all
numbers.
about, but like numerology, I'm just like you have to make that. It's like the 5D grid when people talk about that. Like it's.
Can we
it's
please put?
pure
Can we put 5G on there, please?
spirituality.
5G.
Yeah.
5D grid, like the 5-dimensional.
Oh.
We got 5D grid and we have 5G. Got
Oh,
two different-
wow, okay.
Right? Do you see that?
I was high. I was like, what?
Which 5G, I would say. Oh, we'll take it a thing at a
What were
time.
we just talking about again? I have a terrible short-term working memory.
I also look at like I look at 5D grid and I just have a bunch of.
Thank you, numerology. Oh my God. Numerology 2022. Here's some numerology.
In numerology, time is not linear.
Predictions.
Instead, it moves in cycles of 9 years, called the epicycle. In 2022, we will start the cycle of the six, the sum
It's
of
like
the
the number
year's digits.
23. That
This is
movie,
2
like
plus
you can
0
literally just make anything shape into your belief.
Right.
plus 2 is equal to 6. The 6 entails qualities such as responsibility, justice, love, caring for the welfare of our family members.
Enneagrams. We got to add enneagrams.
And we could also add just
Numbers.
like zodiac.
Zodiacs. Yep. Are we going too fast or is this okay?
Numerology is like
Friends.
bastardized harmful for sure.
And communities at large. There is a strong tendency for people to engage in self-sacrifice to help those in need, sometimes even confusing helping with interfering in other people's affairs. The 6 represents an emotionally charged period, with compassion, creativity, harmony, balanced devotion to other
fold the
people's
towel up
causes,
again.
and peace being some of the qualities that allow us to
I love.
smoothly navigate
You know what? I
through the
find
12
nothing
months
more
of the
comforting
year.
than somebody
Relationships
lightly
such
holding
as
my
love
hand and
marriage
tapping the top
tend
of it
to
like that.
blossom
Like that.
or end
that-
during this period.
that
Mainly in
doctor,
cases
yeah,
where one of the partners to
Oh
the
yeah, I feel
relationship
so
gives
comforted
attention.
now. I feel so much comfort.
So where do we land on a spot? I think we all agree on this one.
Yeah, numerology was
bastardized harmful.
yes
For sure.
bastardized, harmful. But like, is it as bad as
I
QAnon
would
or
say-
Scientology?
No, it's
it's like
above
no
it for sure.
It's like right here, maybe right, like
A little bit above.
Little bit of this.
But more to,
little bit
more
of
to the
that.
left. It started with a kiss, now we're up to bed.
Michelle Branch. Do we know where she's at?
Is she the one who did 1,000 Miles? Is that
No,
No, that's Vanessa Carlton.
Carlton.
Michelle Branch went off on a limb.
Yeah.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass, and I'm homebound.
You have a good voice.
Oh, thank
Like
you.
your pitch is really good.
Oh, thanks.
You got really good pitch.
Means a lot.
Cooking on the road.
I'm very
Hi,
pitchy.
you guys.
I never get that compliment, so enjoy it. Soak it up, Serena. those Bathins, little pitchy. Bathins, little flat. Bathins, little sharp. And I'm like, my life.
Joined here
Wow.
by Patrick Carney, who some of you might know as the drummer from.
Patrick Carney, the drummer of
This
the
meal
Black
is an-
Keys.
We
They're
put a
cooking
Weber
on the
grill under our bus, and we would just pull it out. and
Patrick
pull it into
Carney's like the
parking
Meg
lot.
White of dude drummers.
Totally.
Because it's
like
the
a Neanderthal.
simplest drumming ever.
Neanderthal, right?
Yeah.
Je.
And you're like, dude, Patrick, you've got to be so bored.
I don't think he is.
That's a lot of work.
He just likes being a backbone.
Yeah.
Dang.
I mean, look at she's talking, he's doing the cooking. He knows his role here.
Good for you, Michelle Branch.
Are they dating?
I don't know.
I think she's just on the road.
I
with
think
him.
that he's just cooking for her because that's how it should
Oh,
be.
no, Michelle and her boyfriend,
Boyfriend.
Patrick Carney.
I was getting lovers
Wow.
vibes. I was getting the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
I
getting
didn't.
the vibe.
I wasn't getting it at all.
Because, like, the way she's dressed is sort of a reaction to dating someone like him. She wouldn't dress like that otherwise.
Really?
How do you know?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I know
Do you know
because
Michelle Branch?
Do all women dress
No.
to offset their partners?
no, I'm saying that, like, hey, you can't just buzz me out when I haven't even given an explanation.
It was problematic.
Yeah. No, she's just not a rock and roll. That's not been her image up to this point.
I mean, yeah, he does give me Steady Eddie vibes for sure. She's like, but I don't feel like I don't think she's serving me edgy. She's serving me
For Michelle Branch. For Michelle Branch.
Okay. That looks pleather. Doesn't look like real
Oh,
leather.
okay.
'Cause you're everywhere to me. And when I close my eyes, it's you I see. And everything I know that makes me believe I'm not alone. I'm wearing a leather coat.
Yeah. A fake leather
Inside out
coat.
so I can see ya. Damn, Michelle Branch and Santana.
Damn.
The game of love. No one wins.
Yeah, nobody wins that one. Burning Man. Where do we
Yeah,
put
this is
that?
going to be an interesting one. Burning Man. Whew. Authentic?
Yeah.
Is it authentic? But like more
a bit.
leaning on the bastardized?
Yeah, like what it.
Maybe in
I
the
don't
second-
I like it. I like where you are now.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
You think it's productive?
That's cool.
Yeah, for a lot of people.
I think it can be productive.
Above
I
the
don't
Grateful Dead?
I don't personally like it at all, though.
I don't go. I've never been to Burning Man.
I've never been
but
to
I know-
Burning Man.
I know people that love it.
I don't
Yeah.
like people that go to Burning Man. I don't need to go to Burning Man because I've met some cool people that go to Burning Man.
You like the actress of Search Party? What's her name again?
Freckle.
Yeah.
She's cute. I have a big crush on
Button.
her.
She's a button.
She has a button too. Shoshana, no.
Sounds like you were doing an ASMR.
Yeah, I
session.
was. Tell me. Aaliyah Shawkat.
Yeah, Aaliyah Shawkat was.
That's where the sh was coming from.
The sh.
The Shoshana.
She was
the
she was
Shawkat.
dancing naked in a cage.
What?
And got hosed down.
In Burning Man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
My friend who was at Burning Man saw this happen.
Oh, cool.
So what I'm trying to say is there's like a wide variety of types of people.
Yeah, Elon Musk goes to Burning Man too.
Right.
Man, I would love to fucking run into Elon Musk when he's like fucking 10 hits of acid deep and then just like fuck it, just like get in there and like.
I think he's probably a trippy dude.
I just want to get in there.
He
and
already
scramble.
seems
He's one of
trippy.
the worst people.
He would fucking.
But he's bad, but he's also trippy.
He's like
He's
bad.
bad trippy. If we had like
He's
a
Nightmare Blunt rotation for
Damn.
sure.
Yeah, like if
where you're
for
just like,
real.
oh,
he'd be in that quadrant. You know what I'm saying? Like he'd be in the bad side, but then also on the psychedelic.
Joe Rogan. Like Joe Rogan and the Elon Musk are cut from the same cloth.
oh yeah, Joe Rogan's on this
Yeah.
list. Let's put him on right now.
Let's do Joe Rogan.
Where does Joe Rogan go? I think that he's harmful,
Yeah, he's more harmful now for sure.
but I think
like,
he's authentic for him.
He is
authentic,
authentic.
harmful.
I think
Yeah.
he's authentic harmful.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's like right here.
I mean, he's been bastardized.
He has though.
Like he bastardized himself.
He
became
did.
a
He really
parody
did.
of
When he switched to
himself.
Spotify, I agree.
So maybe not as authentic, but I still think
But he has
just as
authentic
harmful.
moments. So like maybe
Yeah.
Right here.
yeah,
Maybe
or is a little more to the right.
More to the right.
Like
yeah,
this.
like there.
Sure.
Yeah.
that feels good.
That feels good to me.
I feel okay
See,
with
the
that.
thing with monkeys is that yeah, because he's recently promoted Ron DeSantis.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
But then
he's-
he also said he wouldn't platform Trump, which is good.
Yeah, but I mean Trump's gone now, so it's like
I
yeah.
don't know, but
there's
Trump's
new
gonna
terrors.
Trump's gonna run for president again.
No, he's not.
Ugh.
No, he's
going to announce
not.
early apparently. The new logo is Save America. It's the new logo.
No.
Save America.
Yeah. It's real bad.
Fuck.
It's so sad.
That's awful. Alex Jones is.
Okay, I was about to go on a rant, but
Sorry.
I'm not going to. No, I'm going to
You
stop
want to?
myself. No.
Okay.
It was going to be a political rant. I don't. About just how bad shit is. You know?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we know.
We know.
Yeah, we know.
Oh yeah.
I'm like.
We were ready.
I'm like we're. Yeah, we know. But I think thank you. You caught yourself.
Continue.
See, and this is why we're friends, because you have this. You have self-awareness to be like, no, okay, I'll pass.
Mm-hmm.
That was good.
Can I have that joint?
Perfect.
Yes.
The capsule did the capsule.
The capsule.
The capsule did the trick.
Yeah.
I feel like very mellow and focused.
Very chill.
That's exactly the effect. Mellow
cool.
and mellow and focused.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's it.
You're
That's,
like,
it.
That's what
That's
I'm
great.
feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm like difficult. I'm not focused, but I feel great.
Yeah, there's
Not
like no
focused.
anxiety in
No,
my body
I
at all.
am normally riddled with anxiety. I have lots of it, and I have
Same.
I'm like on a good day I hum at like a 4 with anxiety. Like I just am naturally neurotic, and I just hum at a 4 of like I'm just like I don't know about the world around me. But like I'm like the tiny little like rodent that sneaks out of its hole to like gather food. I'm like like, and it's living its life. It's like not upset about its life, but it's hyper vigilant. It's like, is a predator going to get me?
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
I think that's what keeps me alive.
Is Grimes woo woo?
No.
No.
Grimes is boo boo.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's where she is on the list.
Grimace.
Right, Grimace.
So Grimes has been sent to Cancelvania?
I don't believe in canceling people. I'm just uninterested. I'm not canceling
Grimes
her.
has been moved to Purgatory Land?
She's been moved.
Has she?
She's
I
like
never
not
thought
in my.
She left.
Yeah, I don't think she
Oh.
left. I don't think anybody
Wow.
canceled her.
Yeah, she was never like Elon Musk has canceled. If
Yeah.
anything.
But nobody's canceling her.
Which yeah, canceling doesn't work.
It doesn't really work. People, it's the only way that canceling who it actually affects is like our movements and our communities. When like people that we individually know get canceled, celebrities being canceled does nothing. They lay low for a little bit, they come back, they write an apology, or sometimes they don't. Sometimes they say fucking fuck you and they just keep on doing their own thing. It doesn't really matter, but what does matter is the way we cancel each other, like in small groups of people, because that does have like lasting effects.
Yes.
on
Yeah, on a
people.
large scale, like capitalist scale, it doesn't work.
Doesn't
But,
work.
Like, within your community, that's why I think we should bring back exile. We should.
Mm-hmm.
That like Napoleon got exiled to Elba. Who knows
Yeah,
what was
yeah.
there, but like, literally canceled. Like,
Literally cancel. Go
to Elba, dude.
to Elba.
Make some Elba macaroni.
Then you could come back in a couple of years, or maybe never.
You know.
All right, where are we at in the chart?
Oh, Alex Jones is Alpha
Alpha
Brain
Brain?
My God.
Definitely bastardized.
and harmful brain.
Definitely.
Not good.
It's in the middle because it's just overpriced.
Okay.
You can get the same. It's just ashwagandha and this and that.
Okay, so maybe
Just-
like right here, like him and Joe Rogie are like
Alex.
bosom buddies.
Well, if we're talking about Alpha Brain or if we're talking about Alex Jones, those are two different.
Well, we're talking about
Alpha
Alex
Brain.
Jones, Alpha Brain.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
So is it could Alpha Brain
Yeah.
be productive? Like, could it lay
yes,
in the middle?
it could be productive. You're just blowing your money on
overpriced supplements.
Yeah, so it's like diagonally down to the left of crystals.
Yeah. Kind of like here then, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's just upmarked.
Okay, yeah, it's like,
you know.
it's not really harmful then, but it's
just
like
upmark.
shitty because you're upselling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ashwagandha.
Yeah. Oh, what's the one that smells like feet? Is it not celery root? What's the root that smells like feet? Do you know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
know.
Valerian root.
Oh, the one that helps you sleep.
Yeah.
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 I did that for a while. Valerian.
You did valerian root?
I've done everything for sleep.
My God. What about the eternal sleep?
I have not
You tried
experimented
that.
with that quite yet.
I love sleep, and I have the opposite problem. I could sleep anytime. Like right now, if you were like, "Hey, Buttons, do you want to take a 15-minute nap while we're talking?" And then you could like,
You'd wrap her in a blankie and she.
yeah, I would just wrap
like
up in a
that.
blanket. I would take a 15-minute nap, and then I'd wake up and I'd be like, "Oh, what y'all talk about while I was asleep?"
You're
Okay.
so cute when you nap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I turn into a child. I'm very cherub-like.
Yeah.
Just angelic.
Oh,
You're like a little
you
baby.
are.
Except I snore really loud. Apparently, I'm a loud snorer.
Do you?
Yeah.
Which is-
Buttonsaurus Rex.
I have a tiny little nose. Who would have thought?
That's okay.
Just. And I'm like, I don't know. It's the demons trying to get out.
It's the goblin.
Now
The
you've
goblin.
woken up the demons in me. What you cover to me? Ooh, ah. Dun, 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 dun.
You're arrested for singing Disturbed.
Ooh, ah.
Don't try to deny what you feel.
This is
Seems that
good.
all left and good has died, and slowly changing in me.
Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness.
Your mother went up.
Come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate and let it flow into me.
Can we try an experiment?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to set up like a game and let's see if we can play it.
Ooh.
Okay.
Like a musical game.
A musical game.
Fun.
All right. So we are all different nu metal artists doing a collabo track.
Wow.
So we each get our own verse, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's for like a movie soundtrack. You know what I mean? Like,
It's like at Fast and Furious?
sure.
The Fast and By Curious?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of movie
So
I
you
would
have
watch,
to you have to
baby.
choose which nu metal artist you are, and then you're gonna like sing the part of. But we'll figure out the
That's
track title
difficult.
first,
Yeah.
right? The theme,
Okay.
etc., and then we'll dive into it.
I'll be Fred Durst.
Damn it!
Yeah.
'Cause that one's so good.
I'm taking
Now I know y'all be loving this shit right here.
I'm taking Johnny Davis.
From?
Korn.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Fuck.
Hello, Kitty.
Yeah, I can't do Kitty.
Um,
I mean, I love Kitty, but
you can do.
I'm thinking on it.
I'm
thinking.
Okay.
All right.
I'll help
I'm
brainstorm.
not the
Actually-
one that's so far away. Maybe do I do Godsmack?
Right
That was
through
pretty-
my veins. Actually, can I change?
I might change mine
to,
too.
Zach
I
De
might
La
cha-
Rocha.
You're gonna be Zach De La Rocha.
Yeah.
I want to be the lead singer of Days of the New.
What? Okay, that's so.
Can I present it? And then
Please, present to me.
Well, I finally found a reason. I don't need an excuse. I've got this gun on my hand. You are the one to abuse. Then he goes, one to abuse, yeah. You know?
Oh, amazing!
I need to be like a Jarl guy.
Yeah, I think you're a good Jarl for sure.
Yeah,
But
you
I
could
do like
Jarl.
doing Jonathan Davis a lot.
I'll be Jonathan Davis then. You're not vibing with it. You're furrowing your eyebrow like you
No,
don't
but
like
I
my
really like playing Jonathan. It's what I do at karaoke. I always do Korn.
He'd be like,
Something's
yo.
right and taken from me.
Okay,
From me.
All right, you could be Johnny Davis. I'll be Johnny Davis next time.
Only because I sold you on that May.
Yeah, the May.
If I said me, it would have been a
You fired.
But I said May.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. What's the song called?
It's called "What's in the Grid."
What's in the grid?
Yeah. What's in the grid?
Okay.
Jack. Yo. Turn up. Turn up the mic. We're gonna get some sure. We're gonna get the lighter. Turn up the grid. Yeah. We don't know what's in it, productive or bastardized. All that we know is we're all fun size. Yeah.
What's inside the grid? Something is in the grid.
Yeah.
Bling 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 bling.
In the grid, the grid, the grid. In the
grid,
grid, the grid, the grid. In the grid, the grid, in the grid, the grid.
I fell into the grid. I slipped into the grid. I don't know what I did. I don't know what it is. I am surrounded here in a web of my own lies. I am surrounded here. I don't want to die.
Turn up. What's in the grid? We don't know any margarita. What's a salad at Caesar? And I'm a Walmart greeter. What's in the gritter, you bastard?
Powerman 5000's enter the room. Can you be Powerman 5000?
Oh, I can't. Oh, damn, I killed it.
This is what
it's like when the grids collide.
Yeah, it is.
That was some good content for the stream.
Yeah.
That was great. Wow.
Should we do one more? Or
I was bad at it.
No, I think you did great. You did. I think you did it justice.
I only see us going upwards from here too.
Okay, well let's change direction.
Change direction.
Let's change direction.
Yeah.
We go pop star. You give your favorite pop star. Feeling the sound of my body.
So you're Shakira?
I don't know.
Can I be Cher? I'm gonna try Cher.
Ooh, okay.
Do you believe in life after love?
Yeah, I kind of liked it.
Was that actually? Okay, should I go?
I was kind of feeling you with Cher. Get it?
Do you believe in life after love? I can see something inside me saying I really don't think it's strong enough, oh. And I know I do this. I don't know the lyrics.
I know
that I am strong.
Right.
I don't need you anymore.
I don't need you anymore. I feel like I'm verging on my Michael McDonald.
Yeah, you're almost Michael McDonald.
You came from somewhere.
Whoa.
From long ago.
Should we do a McDonald off?
I love it. That was really. I want to try.
Let me see if I can find a Michael McDonald what do you call it?
Michael McDonald at a McDonald's.
Could I have a Big Mac, please, with large fries?
That was great.
Oh, here's the instrumental for What a Fool Believes. But we're going to make up our own.
What a fool
own shit.
believes.
Should we all take a McDonald turn?
Yeah.
You're included.
Yeah. I'm gonna fucking
take a stab.
I'm gonna stab away.
Since you're our guest, you'll McDonald first.
All right.
I'll go second, and then you.
Oh, you're gonna leave me go last? Okay, well that's fine.
We could switch.
Oh no. I want to go last. That's right.
At the drive-thru, I got a burger with large fries, a chocolate shake. Make sure it's super size, 'cause I'm going to the yard now. I want a Neapolitan without the lettuce. Don't even have lettuce in Neapolitan. It is ice cream. Cheese, American or cheddar.
Michael McDonald.
Cheese.
We're all Michael McDonald. We're all.
'Cause if I drive through, I want the best food there is. Jack in the Box.
All right.
How was that?
I went to McDonald's, got the large chicken breast jumbo. Michael I got the large chicken breast with the mac and cheese on the side.
I'm a burger man with a burger plan, and I believe that a burger is gonna set me free.
Yeah, you gotta believe that in your soul.
I believe
I don't have a Michael McDonald in me, but I try.
We'll see if our vocals sync up or not.
I love that because it'll be even better if it doesn't sync
exactly.
up.
Exactly.
Look like fucking idiots.
All right, let's go back to the chart.
Back to the chart.
Good
Back
McDonald
to the
off.
chart.
That was a great McDonald
Back
off.
Oh my
to
God.
reality.
That was a fantastic.
Back to
That
the
McDonald
chart.
off was authentic,
Back
productive
to
for sure.
All right, Marianne Wilson, right? That's
Williamson?
Wilson.
Ooh.
She just has like the most waspy name, so I'm just like Marianne Smithy Smith.
No, she's Jewish.
Really?
She's
She's
the
the
Jewish orb
queen.
mom. Orb queen. Yeah, orb mom queen.
I
got a
mean,
waspy
she's
name.
super authentic, but she's like in the middle with like harmful.
You think she could be harmful?
Yeah, I mean, those are like such anti-left. I mean, those are such alt-left beliefs that are just like what you're saying right now is insane.
What kind of stuff does she say?
Yeah, I don't know. Tell me more about.
Yeah.
She's like far like what kind of left?
Is she alt? Is that what she is? She's alt lefty kind of.
Oh yeah, big time.
Big time?
And she was like running for president too.
I remember.
Yeah, but she said a lot of like.
What was? Do you know any of the wacky? Here, let's look it up.
Yeah, let's look it up, Johnny.
Let's go a little deeper.
Let's just see what that fool believes.
Yeah. What a
Williamson.
What a fool believes.
What should I look up? Wacky?
Weird. Just
Weird?
Just say weird.
Oh my God.
Ms. Williamson, this is a question for you. We've been excuse me. I'm addressing the question, Ms. Williamson. We've been talking a lot about access to health insurance, but for many Americans, their most pressing concern is the high cost of health care. How would you lower the cost of prescription drugs?
Well, first of all, the government should never have made the deal with the big pharma that they couldn't negotiate. That was just part of the regular corruption by which multinational corporations have their way with us. You know, I want to say that while I agree with, I'm with Senator Bennett and others, but I agree with almost everything here. I'll tell you one thing. It's really nice if we've got all these plans, but if you think we're going to beat Donald Trump by just having all these plans, you got another thing coming. Because he didn't win by saying you had a plan. He won by simply saying, make America great again. We've got to get deeper than just these superficial fixes, as important as they are. Even if we're just talking about the superficial fixes, ladies and gentlemen, we don't have a health care system in the United States.
She's a good performer. I'll give her that.
I get it, but like, okay, Mama, you're saying this, but you're also taking up airtime, not saying anything.
She looks like the picture of Dorian Gray version of Jodie Foster.
Wow. Yeah.
It's like rotten on the inside.
Yeah, I mean, I mean.
Do you know about the Orb Gang on Facebook?
No, what is that?
Yeah, what's
It's just
Orb Gang?
people who love Marianne Williamson.
Oh, cool. Okay, so does she actually say something like wacky, or is she?
Honestly, everything I've heard her say has been I found kosher, but if there's anything that is weird or like
I want to
See,
hear it.
what I've seen of her is strange. But maybe she's authentic and just below into harmful. Or just above into productive.
I like this one. Marianne Williamson's vibe at Thursday's debate was all love. People couldn't get enough time.
Wow.
Got to get deeper than just these superficial
Oh, okay, it's the
fixes.
same shit.
You gotta get deeper. Gotta get down, get deeper and down.
How about
get deeper
authentic and just above into productive?
Yeah.
I like that. Let's
Like-
do it.
Let's put her like right here.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good one.
I feel
Cool.
chill about that.
I like it.
Shadow Chaser. Hey, hello, hey, hi.
Hey.
Greetings. Hey, yo.
Shadow Chaser.
Hi. I'm like, I hope that you're doing your shadow work, Shadow Chaser. I'm just joking.
Better.
We all should be doing our shadow work. I also love when people talk about that, where they're like, yeah, things have just been really heavy recently. I've been doing a lot of shadow work. And I'm like, you're still a bitch. Go back. Go back, do some more work.
You got more work to do.
You are literally the shittiest person I know. You always lose your wallet right before brunch. And like,
oh my God.
you're still fucking around with that person that's in a relationship.
You are the shadow.
You are the shadow. So yeah, I just been doing a lot of shadow work, and I'm like, yeah, maybe it's a lot of heavy lifting for you because you are the
for
shadow.
real.
And I'm praying, love and light, bitch. I hope you get better, but it's just so funny. It's like, yeah, I've just been really busy doing the work, and a big part of doing the work is doing the work.
Not just talking about it.
You like really tucking into and doing the work, and I would love today to talk about doing the work. Which is the work I'm going to be doing.
We have a request from a new first time chatter.
Yeah.
To check out this.
Don't do it.
Why not?
I'm digging it.
Sounds like it's Turkish.
Yeah.
I would rate that song like a solid 6.5. Or 6. It's a song.
What song is song's a 2?
Should I give a rating to the song
Yeah.
as well? The guy says Turkish. I give that song a 4 out of 10.
I like that. 2, 4, 6.
We tell the truth here.
Yeah.
You want to give us music? We'll listen to it.
We'll listen to it,
We're
but then
not
you're gonna get
holding
rated.
back.
You're gonna get rated.
Yeah, we're not like everything's good. Like that's
No.
up to us.
I think
Yeah, that is up to us.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think it was like a cool it was like it could be in the background while I'm eating a food or doing something for sure.
Like this is catchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like kind of dancey. It's kind of like vaguely reggaeton, but it's just
Shadow
kinda like
Chaser
dancey.
says he is Turkish.
Oh, nice, awesome.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure you're like a 10 out of 10 Turk, but
He's asking us what type of music do we like?
Well, that's a good question. I think that we have pretty varied tastes.
Yeah, what do you like, Savannah?
I mean my two favorite bands are Tool and Radiohead.
Is your favorite Tool album Lateralis?
My favorite Tool album is Anima.
Okay.
And then it's Lateralis, and then it's 10,000 Days.
Okay. I saw Adam Jones in a bar in LA.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Did you say hi?
No. He was hanging out with Drab Majesty. Do you know that? They're another LA group.
Oh, okay.
So I said hi to Andrew, but I wasn't going to be like, "Hey, can you introduce me to Adam Jones from Tool?"
Yeah, I mean,
Really?
that's still incredible.
I feel like you're pretty bold. You said hi to Flea when we were out at dinner.
That's true.
You're just like, "Hey, Flea, how's it going?"
But
then
that-
Flea was like, "Do I know you?" And then it was like, "No, but."
No, but that
you're
was organic. This would. I don't want to push to meet at it.
Okay.
Like, I'm not trying to push.
It was very bold because I was like, we were at dinner and I was like, trying to do that cool LA thing that we do when you see somebody who is famous, where you're trying to be like, yeah, I don't care, whatever. It's not a big deal. I don't even care. I know that you're famous, but I don't really care. It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
It's very casual. I don't care. Because I'm going to be famous one day too. So it's not a big deal. I'm used to famous people all the time because I'm going to be famous and I'm manifesting for that for myself.
That's some
I'm
shadow
setting
work
it,
you're
I'm
doing.
setting that intention in the world. But I was like, there's Flea. And then Shmoo was just like,
I knew it was.
oh,
Flea.
hey, Flea.
I knew it was Flea before he took his motorcycle helmet off,
Really?
just from his energy field.
You're like, this is Flea energy.
That's some woo woo shit.
That's
right
some
there.
woo-woo shit right there.
Flea energy is woo woo.
I feel it. It's Flea.
He says,
feel
"Yeah, what is answer? Pop, rock, rap? What is answer?"
Well, I think that we like.
Yeah, I mean, your two favorite bands are rock.
Yeah, I'm very much a metal girl.
I
I like metal and electronica.
I'm definitely.
Do you like Miss Sugar?
Yeah, they're incredible. They're
Yeah.
in my top 5 metal bands.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, they're incredible.
What do you think of Slipknot?
Are you
I like
pro-knot?
them, but I don't go out of my way to listen
Right,
to them.
We're a pro knot household.
Yeah, we're a pro.
Slipknot's amazing.
Yeah, they're amazing.
But they're not my first choice
Yeah.
to listen to.
Yeah, of course.
But if they're on, I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And the rain will kill us all.
Okay.
Ourselves against the wall.
She's down. She's
no
down.
one else can see the preservation of the martyr in me.
Samples, custom percussion. There are 9 of us.
I love it. That was such a great cover, honestly.
And the rain will kill
Okay,
us.
this one time I was at a show, and this guy was wearing a Slipknot T-shirt, and I was like, I'm gonna go up to him and be like, "Hey, bro, like, I fucks with the nut too. He was such an asshole about it. He's like, like obviously I'm wearing this shirt ironically. Like that was the vibe, you know?
What?
Weird.
He was very off-putting, and I was like, what was that? That was strange. And then I go up to, it's kind of full circle, Greg Saunier we were talking about, the drummer. I was at one of his noise shows. I go up to Greg, I'm like, who was that guy? Or no, I told the story about how I met this guy who had a Slipknot t-shirt, and Greg was like, oh, that's my friend Artie. And he's like, he's one of the nicest guys I've ever known. I'm like,
really?
What? In what world?
Well,
It's not
in a world where you're Greg Saunier,
Where everyone kisses your
where
ass.
everybody's like,
you're a rock star that everyone loves. That's
yeah,
why.
everybody wants to
Yeah.
like they're gargling his balls as soon as he walks up.
You're, like, so nice.
So I'm sure everybody's super nice. You know what? I'm gonna think everybody's super nice too when they start gargling my fucking balls.
That happened to me when I met Robert Smith from The Cure.
Yeah.
Did it?
When I was in a circle of people. It was like Robert Smith, this guy who's such an asshole to anyone who wasn't Robert Smith.
Oh
right?
my God.
And it was like fucking the vibe up. And it's because he wanted Robert Smith all to himself. And it's like, dude,
you can't.
He's not like an object. He's a fucking person. Like,
But people love to possess like famous friends.
It's really gross. And yeah, I was kind of like in this like social circle maybe for 10-20 minutes. And like I shot the shit with Robert Smith for
It's amazing.
That's chill.
Yeah, it's pretty chill.
Yeah, because people like to be like the only one to say they're friends with like a famous person.
I can't wait for that. Where people are just like, no, I want you all to myself.
They're mine.
And I'm like, I'm being torn this way and that.
That's my life right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't
what's
go
your life?
anywhere on the street without.
And everybody's just like,
yeah.
Savannah, can we get a picture?
Yeah,
Savannah,
I'm just like,
answer
can
some
we?
questions.
I'm like, I only have so little time here.
This just in. This is breaking news.
Breaking news?
Bobby and Kalila broke up. Bobby Lee and Kalila.
Wow.
Wow.
That's major.
Breaking fucking news.
This is good news
in LA
for
comedy.
me. This is good news for me. Good news for me.
Bobby Lee? Wait, Kalila.
Fucking
What? I don't know.
Why would it be?
Because he's fucking funny.
I mean, you know what? Honestly, I'll be honest. It could go either way with me. But knowing the kind of background and Kalila needs some loving.
Are they gonna do their show still, you think? Tiger Belly?
They've done it. They've broken up before.
And still done the show.
They'll probably still do the show. But now maybe I can like ask.
Do you think it's because
maybe
of the
I can
Brendan
slide
Schaub?
Well,
situation?
when they went on the H3 show, I think she talked about a bunch of things he didn't want to talk about publicly.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, like
and also people are accusing Kalila of being like the online Jada Pinkett.
Interesting.
And that she's like a gold digger hoe, which I'm just like,
yeah,
okay, but in this economy, who would?
Right.
Like, so what?
Yes.
I would
So
gladly
what?
take daddy's money.
Yeah.
If somebody was like, "You're a gold digging whore," Buttons, I'd be like, "Yes."
And?
We all know that. Do you have money for
That's
me?
the invisible hand of economy.
Like, are you going to help? No. You gonna suck some dick for me? No. You gonna pay my bills? I don't get the fuck in my face then. Yeah. I can't wait for the day where they're like, yeah. I'm like, yes, that makes sense. I would be out for. It could be. It's not mutually exclusive. You could like somebody for their money and their personality.
Exactly.
The fuck? Why live in scarcity? I
I've
don't live in
almost
scarcity. I live
had,
in
like
abundance.
3 sugar daddies.
Yeah, I'm
at
like
certain point.
I think that's good.
You've had 3 sugar daddies?
I've almost, because I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Because like you get into that position where you think like they could just like make you dependent on their money.
Yeah.
And then like start abusing you.
Oh yeah.
And I was like,
That can happen,
I do
absolutely.
not want to get into that, and I want to make my money on my own terms.
Yeah.
Rather than like have to rely on a dude.
Right.
Because I'm not even really into guys anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm also gay.
Yeah. I'm like I'm gay for love, but every once in a while I meet a man and I'm like, oh, I love you.
I'm straight for money though.
Yeah, I'm mostly straight for money. I'm mostly straight for money. Gay for love, straight for money.
That's awesome.
Gay for love, straight for money.
That's a good
Such
t-shirt.
shirt.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, because everybody's always like gay for pay. It's really the opposite for me.
Damn.
So,
all right, are we splitting?
yeah, but yeah,
credit?
Kalila.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
all right. That's our.
we're
that's
making
our
those
shirt.
t-shirts. Yeah, like we'll
Let's do merch for that.
let's merch right now.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's
I'm like
so good.
I'm like laughing at it, but I'm like no, I'm serious.
Update.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Turkish man rage quit the live chat.
Rage quit?
Rage quit. He now said, listen to this other thing, which I guess we were too busy having a conversation. And then he said, where are you from? Yes or no? And
That's
then
not a dancer.
And then he gave me 3 crying emoji faces and then bye.
Where are you from? Yes.
So this is
They wanted interaction.
first time we played his song.
I know.
We were very nice.
I know.
Have
you not? I'm just letting you know, as somebody, as a whore that's been on the internet, people get very impatient. They want 120% of your attention for zero
All the
money,
time.
and they want all of it. They're like, "How dare you? Show me Bob's."
Wow.
Which is like no.
And I'm like, okay, but you have to cash
Show me
at
Bob's.
Cash at me first.
$50.
Then everybody gets Bob's.
All right,
Bob's
what's
for
One
everybody.
boob is one tank of gas.
Wow.
Fuck. Yeah.
point.
See, once again, in this economy, you can't be giving out anything for free.
No.
Yeah, and we played the song. It was more than kind enough.
Hit us with the next chart item.
Manifestation. Manifesting. Using
Highly
your,
productive.
Your divine inherent energy to create the life you want.
I think authentic productive.
Yeah,
for
me
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I believe
Like
in the
it's
power.
so far. Like it's hard. Like I think voodoo dolls are like negative manifestation.
Yeah.
But I think otherwise it's not really used for bad.
So after we fill out, like, I see we have like a couple left.
Yeah.
We have to find more that will fit the left quadrant, and then maybe one more that's going to be in the harmful.
Yeah, totally. Making a nice,
Yeah.
flushed out.
Yeah, we got to flush it out.
Chart for sure.
You flush it out. You flush it out. Do you know that reference?
No.
No, but
Saint anger round my
God.
You flush it out. You flush.
The worst Metallica album ever
no,
made.
no. The worst Metallica album that came out thus far until Lulu.
Oh, that's
Oh.
true. That's true.
You can't-
Are we counting Lulu as a Metallica album?
Yeah,
we
we
have to.
We have to.
Yeah, Lulu
Lulu's the
is
worst one.
atrocious.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the worst
Lulu
album
is laugh.
yet.
Lulu is
And then
laugh
they
out loud
Lulu.
funny.
Yeah.
You're like.
Lulu,
Did he really just say that shit?
Lulu, you're just like, how did this, like, because, you know, an album being made like that, there's multiple people that have to sign off on these decisions
Like, how'd they get-
along the way. Like, how did it get that far?
Okay, not non-Lou Reed record.
Yeah.
With Metallica. Like
Okay,
Saint
well then
Anger.
obviously Saint Anger.
And then the next worst is probably like Hardwired to Self-Destruct. And like Load Reload.
Honestly, controversial take. I think I would take Saint Anger over Reload because at least Saint Anger. Okay, the snare sound is obnoxious, but Lars doesn't.
Layers.
Lars doesn't shit the bed much on Saint Anger.
Oh.
He's pretty solid.
Okay.
Rare form for Lars.
Yeah. Oh.
God. Have you ever seen that part though with Lars and his dad? His dad's just like,
oh my god, his dad's like a ancient wizard.
Wizard.
and his dad's
Put
also,
his dad on the chart. Put his
Oh
dad
my
on
god,
the
okay.
fucking
Lars'
chart.
dad.
Lars' dad. Also, like I like how Lars' dad is just like
He's
so
tennis
unimpressed
player, by
with
the way.
Lars.
And that's
Like
why
Lars is like
like-
he's like the drummer of Metallica, and Lars' dad's like, whatever, I guess, man.
No, he loves Lars.
You think so?
Yeah.
I feel like he has a very flippant attitude where he's like,
No,
ugh.
he
All
loves
right,
him.
what are the top 3 Metallica albums?
Okay, so again, controversial take, but my number 1 would be Injustice for All.
Yes.
However, I would the caveat I guess would be is that I want it to be Injustice for Jason 2 remastered.
Yeah, they need to remaster.
Do you know about
it.
this though?
Yeah.
Like on YouTube? Like
Oh, yeah.
people will do their own overdubs or they'll boost the bass and remaster it and
Oh
shit.
yeah.
So there's a specific version called Injustice for Jason 2 Remastered That's my number one Metallica album.
Wow.
Yeah. That album to me is like perfection.
What are the next two then?
Then number 2 is probably Master of Puppets. Then Ride the Lightning. Then I just don't care. Really
I think
much. It's all
mine
songs.
is And Justice for All, then Master, and then I want to actually say Death Magnetic.
Really?
I loved Death Magnetic.
Yeah.
Like they had so many good melodies and like
Yeah.
good proggy parts.
Yeah.
And it was so hard hitting and
Yeah.
back to their roots.
Yeah. Back to their roots.
Back to their
I'm just high.
Master.
It's hard to keep that gallop up.
Your life burns faster.
It's like my head's gonna explode.
Yeah,
Not a metal-
but
not a
Master
metal
of
kid.
Puppets is like genius.
That song?
The album.
The album?
Oh
It's
my!
pretty
Like
good.
Disposable Heroes,
It's a good-
Leper
yeah.
Messiah.
Yeah.
Bow to leper messiah. Dun, 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 dun.
It's very evil. It's an
Oh,
evil
yeah.
album.
I don't listen to. I'm not really a metal person. Not a metal
You
guy.
are now.
I'm like somehow like overshot metal. Like metal is like too like proficient, right? I'm just like I either want
like
like
it
pop
ragamuff-
punk
you want
or
it
I want
ragamuff-
grindcore, like power violence, like. It's kind of how I like sex too. Like either I want like soft candlelight, like let's cuddle, or I'm just like, bah! Just blast it with a Hitachi. It's like one or the other. Is, but like musically,
you
I'm
need
like,
it. You need it ragamuffin-y.
yeah, I need it like.
You need
I
some
like Death. Death is proficient, like on their instruments.
Oh yeah, Death.
I think
Death are
that
great.
Death's version of Painkiller is way better than Judas Priest's version
Sick.
of Painkiller. Like the drums are just like, it's so much more like intense. I feel like.
All right,
That's my only input.
back
That's
to
my
the
metal
chart.
input.
What are other covers that were better than the original? I would contribute Holy Diver by Killswitch Engage.
Okay.
Is better than the Holy Diver
Berkeley.
Dio. Yeah.
They're a Berkeley metal band.
Okay.
Kill Switch Engage. They went to Berkeley.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So is Dream Theater.
Yeah.
So did John Mayer.
Yep.
So
I'm
you know.
not surprised.
You know what? John Mayer's very successful, and I'm not. So you know, maybe I should
Don't
just
say that.
not yet. Right? Manifesting.
Yeah.
Already.
That's
you're
why.
already-
Actually,
You
that's
are
why
successful right now.
I am successful right now.
You are.
I wake
Being
up every
alive is a
day,
success.
and that is. You know what it is? It fucking is.
You know how many people can say that they're not alive?
Well, if they're not alive, they probably can't say it.
Right.
I feel so alive.
For the very first time.
Yeah.
I can't deny you.
I feel so alive. I
Feel
so
so alive
for the very first time.
Yeah, I like POD.
Oh, those POD?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They're one of the better new metal bands, I think.
And they're like religious music. Like
yeah, Christian
rock, but they're like still good.
But they also have like they play Rasta adjacent stuff. They have a black dude in the band.
Yeah.
So it's not as appropriate-y as
Oh,
the
wow.
other. You see what I'm saying?
There's somebody that's like, okay, he's with
They're-
me.
they're all- they're
He-
mixed-
They
they're-
can come to the cookout. He's with me.
They're a mixed race band, right?
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, because like the lead singer is like Latino
yeah, exactly.
with dreads.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
But back in a time before people were upset about that, which is I think a funny thing to remember about cancel culture, right? Like a lot of times when people want to cancel, I'm like, weren't you just like we were all that problematic person once, right? Like we're all in a state of learning. So to magically turn around and be like, wow,
You weren't perfect.
you didn't know that thing is so outdated. It's like we got to make a little bit of space for people not knowing everything that's in the
Has
fucking
to.
lexicon.
Yeah.
Yeah, at some point. But I also, once again, it's good faith versus bad faith. Because sometimes people are like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Explain it to me. And I'm like, okay, but you're just an asshole. You're not trying to get it.
God.
You're not trying to get it. You just want to invalidate somebody else's like experience, or like you're just being an asshole. You're just being an asshole. You don't actually want to get it or learn the right way to do it. You're just
That's what being trans is like.
yeah.
Right.
I bet.
Oh
All the
yeah,
time.
all the like constant questions.
All the time.
Both ignorant and thoughtful, but just like it's on a daily basis.
Ah.
You have to you have
Exhausting.
to contend with it every day.
Every day. There's something every day.
Every day. I believe it. People are bold as fuck with like the way that they approach other people, get in other people's space, the questions they ask.
It's insane.
This is a good way to transition back to your story of trauma that you experienced.
Oh, the circles of trauma before I had my little mini breakdown.
We came back.
The second, so I started off the day with the woman looking over my shoulder about the scale, and then I was in Sweet Greens grabbing my salad. Some guys trying to talk to me about tattoos. I'm like, whatever, shut that conversation down. I'm eating in the car, minding my own business. The same guy comes out and he taps on the window, and I'm like, oh, baby, I dropped something. He's coming down. I roll down the window. This motherfucker says, slow down there. You should chew slower. And I was like,
yeah.
The fuck?
Big time.
The fuck?
He had the audacity to say
the
that?
fuck that. And then he said,
This happened in the same day as the woman in the gym. It's the same day.
and then after that said, well, I mean, at least it's a good thing you're eating a salad.
Oh my god.
And it was giving, you know what it was giving me? It was giving me, I slid into your DMs and you were like rejecting me. So now it's like, fuck you, fatty.
Wouldn't that be? Isn't that nice guy?
It's the nice guy negging thing. It was like, wow, you're so beautiful. I want to get to know you. You're not paying attention to me. I hate you. You're ugly. I would never
I didn't
talk
want
to
to
you.
date you anyway.
And it's like, yes, you did. Yes, you did. You wanted to stick your tongue in my butthole. And now, because
Toss
I don't
that
want you
salad.
to, now
When you
all
can't
of a
get
sudden,
sweet green.
now you can't get your sweet greens. Now you sour.
Ah.
And I was, once again, it was such a jarring thing because he's coming up to the fucking car too. I wouldn't have rolled down the window, and I thought obviously this person, I must have dropped something, or this this is pertinent information. Nope, he just was biggie timey mad and wanted to come say some fucked up shit. And then apparently saw me eating a salad and was like, I'm gonna go harass this bitch. I'm gonna say, well, yes, chew the salad slower, fatty.
Oh
and I was just like, that's the only thing I could glean from it that you're trying to say, right? Like, insinuate by that. And I was just like, the audacity. And so I'm not surprised. Because people they have no respect for people's autonomy or their personal space,
Not
and they
at
want to have
all.
opinion. And you're a woman, and people love to tell women anything. I don't like anything about you. I don't like your body. I don't like you existing. I don't like. Give me attention. Oh, you don't want to give me attention? Fuck you, bitch. You're ugly. I hate you. I would not be. Yeah. People don't have any fucking boundaries.
Oh my god.
And they love to tell women unsolicited advice all the time.
Oh yeah, I mean, just like the.
And then you have the layer of transphobia on top of it.
That, I mean, that's yeah. I don't want to say it's worse, but it's just an added oppression that it's like, I can't say my struggle is worse than a cis woman's struggle.
I will. I'll say that shit because there's an added layer of like hatred that comes out of it because there's a freedom, I think.
Well, what I think in that regard, like something I've thought of is like I think cis women have an equal amount because if you're a trans woman, trans women are like seen as like divisive people, but they're people that like you better respect or you know what I mean? Like there's a huge push for us to be respected, as we should be.
Yeah.
But it's like cis women aren't granted the same kind of need of power. Like you better respect her because she's a woman. It's like no, you better respect her because she's trans. And it's like all I want is just to be seen as the woman I am.
Yeah.
I don't want any extra like a better treatment. I'm like, if you're a woman, you're like the same as me.
Right.
But that's because you're coming from a good faith place, right?
Yeah, like I didn't do like none of us do it to be better than a woman, but like the positive treatment has like negative externalities to cis women.
I can see that, but I think sometimes it could become, it's superficial privilege, right? It's not like a real privilege, right? It's like, it's a privilege in the sense of like maybe in a social sense, like, or like people want it to yassify. People want to be like, yes, queen. Yes, I am so 2022 and I am with it and I love you and I see you. Go off,
what I
bitch.
hear all the time.
You could be like in PJs and some fucking
women will like come
some
up
sister will be like,
yeah, like,
work, mama, work it. Queen is
I've been
queen.
approached by women on the street, just go like, "Oh my God, you're so brave!" Like, yeah, I love everything that's going. I accept you, and I've had a dude come into the restaurant that I work at, and he's like, "I just want you to know that like I'm so for trans rights, and like I have trans rights," and I'm just thinking like, dude, it's kind of rude to point out that I'm trans.
Yeah, like nobody asks.
Saying that you don't think I look like a woman.
Yeah, like why are you're clocking? Why are you?
Yeah.
Why, and unnecessary.
It's very like
you don't get any points.
I know I'm trans, but like I like that's why I don't like to be perceived as such. I just want, because I think trans is something that I'm doing, but it's not something that I am.
Right.
Like I'm just in that to get to where I want to be in my femininity. And so I'm just a woman. That's all I am.
Right.
We don't need to add labels.
You just mind your own business too. People could.
That's all it is.
Just stay in your fucking lane.
And
it's
all the
not
looks
hard.
that I get, like scanning my body.
They're like, People are doing.
They did.
Some
They're on
accounting.
the calculator. Yeah.
They're like,
Okay, this part.
This part over here. Well,
I got this like kind of left-handed compliment from this woman in the same restaurant, and she was like, I was wearing, I think I was nipping out that day, so this woman gets up and she's like, I have like a personal question for you. She's like, when you got those done, did your nipples stay that hard? And I'm thinking like the audacity for you to like assume my boobs are fake. Because you're, like, thinking that I'm, like, again, trans.
Right.
And then to, like, ask someone about their hard nipple. Like, you think that's just cool to say
You think that's
in
a cool
public?
thing to, like, just to ask?
Like, what if I asked you that?
You're like, so did your tits come like that? Or is that after your fucking 4 kids, like, sucked on them for the last
That's what it's
8
like.
years? Are they going to get higher or lower as time goes on? You're like, bitch.
Like, those look chewed on. But like people's like well intended. That's why they say that road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Yeah,
there are a lot of well intended people who have just like really tone deaf questions.
Yeah, they don't.
Just like how like they want to ask about like what's in my pants all the time.
Yeah, of course.
And it's just like, why do you care?
Because they're excited. That's why
it's a fetish.
I think it honestly. I'm just like, just say you're a chaser, sweetheart.
Yeah, that's all
just
they
say
have
you're
to
a chaser.
do.
And also, like, I think that also, I wish that everybody that was attracted to trans women wouldn't be labeled a chaser as well. Like, maybe you could just because then it makes people who are like giving people affection, like it's automatically a fetish.
Right.
Where it's like, maybe it's fucking not. Like, maybe it's not a fetish. Like, as a lesbian, I guess I identify as lesbian, but I've dated cis men as well. But, like, I'm like, yeah, I've had all different types of partners. And I'm like, I like girls. So
right.
Like,
That's all.
The other part, I'm like, does not matter to me. Like, what's in somebody's pants doesn't matter. To me,
it shouldn't.
To me, it's like a surprise, like an exciting surprise. Like, because I'm going to figure it out. If I like you and I think you're hot, I'm going to figure it, whatever you want me to do it with it and whatever you want me to call your parts down, I'm down. I'm like, to me, it's exciting. It's like, okay, cool. Let's figure out how the puzzle works, baby.
New game. What's in Savannah's pants?
Yeah, like this is exciting. Like achievement unlocked to me. But I understand like other people's. I don't actually understand other people's.
Oh, I don't either. Yeah.
But I understand that they have different perspectives. I understand they exist. I don't understand them personally because to me, like I said, I'm like, if I fuck with you, I'm excited.
I do
mix everything
surprisingly
up, like,
well on like the Her dating app.
Yeah.
Like it's very accepting on there, and there's no dudes on it, so
It's
you're just
great.
like, oh.
I love her. I actually have had success with the her app as well. Where
it's so good.
It's pretty good. Like, yeah, I've had success with it. I think though, in general, with this isn't just lesbians in general. I love being gay, but like I love lesbian dating because like you're like you're hot, and then the person's like, yeah, you're so hot, and like maybe like the talk is very spicy, and then you like go to a museum together and like nervously like.
That was exactly
thinking
like a
about
date of
holding
mine.
hands, and then like you do, and then you're like, oh wait, I think we're just gonna be friends. I don't think we're gonna fuck.
I had that date, museum included.
I love it. I love that for us. We're so predictable.
Yes, we are. We fit the mold.
We fit the mold. Lesbians. You're always going on a date, and you're like, do we have sex?
Like we know what we talked about.
Yeah, we know we talked about sex.
But who's gonna make the move?
But now we're here. I'm like, I don't know. Let's just be best friends, and we'll talk about it 6 months from now.
I know. It's like one of the most challenging things with queer dating is like the line between platonic and romantic.
Fuck.
It's the
We don't
hardest
have
game
lines.
imaginable.
We don't have them. Whereas like I feel like I actually wish more cis hetero relationships could have this, right? Because I think with hetero people, they don't have friends of the opposite sex because then their partners are always like, yeah, your girlfriend, yeah, you hang out with that girl all the time. Like there's so much jealousy in it. Whereas like queer people were like, yeah, I went out with my friends and yes, I have slept with all of them.
And like
it's
you've
okay.
cuddled with them, you've held their hand, you've kissed on the cheek, you've like stared in each other's eyes.
Yeah, there's all these different layers.
You've made out maybe, but you're friends.
Yeah, you're just totally friends. Where
there's nothing more to it.
Yeah,
that's what hurts when you're when you're a romantic too, and you're just like you want the romance, but then they're like, no, we're just friends. And it's like, no, we're not.
No, we're not.
We're
we
not.
love each other.
We're more than that.
Yeah, there's a lot of, but I love the nuance that queer relationships could have.
Yeah.
But it could also be very dramatic.
Oh my god,
so much fucking drama. But yeah, so back to the original thing. That was the second layer of trauma. The second layer of trauma, and then the mini breakdown happened when I was like, "What do we eat?"
I'm gonna roll us a CBD joint.
Love that.
Oh, great.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you for your...
Continue, though.
I love that.
I just wanted to update you.
I also love that you were just like, I don't have anything to add to this conversation, but I'm just going to like let it ride. You were, once again, self-aware.
I very.
It's like, I'm going to read the fucking room. This like, conversation doesn't, I don't have anything to add to it. I've never been a lesbian. I don't have anything to add to it. And I love that.
Yeah.
I fucking love that.
We need more people like you.
Yeah. Shmoo never talks on shit that he doesn't like. I think that's one of one of his best qualities. He's not gonna like talk out his ass about something he doesn't know anything about.
It's a sign of high intelligence.
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you. Wow.
Yeah, like when you know when to speak.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't fucking know.
Because there's a proverb that says empty barrels make the most noise.
I'm also gonna bring up more snacks.
Okay.
Oh, wonderful.
Wow. Okay, I'm like, okay, now you're just like showing off or something for the camera, like
snacks.
It's like, yeah, I just let the women talk and I grab snacks and I'm support. Okay, but I'm not even gonna clown on it because I'm like, I like it.
That's the future we want.
That is, yeah, exactly. Why would I like shit talk what I want to happen, what I want to see?
No.
Yeah, but so that was the second layer of trauma, and then Shmoo, well-meaning, was just like, I was like, I'm hungry, and then it was like, oh, well, it's like you're it's like past 8. I don't like, what do you want to eat? And I was like, how dare you fucking question me? I said I was hungry. So you checking in with me and my own boundaries around food is offensive because you're questioning me, and I don't feel like being questioned because I've had other people's weird input about my body, so I was like hyper vigilant.
Yeah.
And it was not a question that was it wasn't meant to, it didn't mean anything. It was literally, I'm like he was asking like, it's after 8, like does that switch what you want to eat? What do we do?
Right.
Because I'm neurotic about what food I put into my body at what fucking hours. He's just trying to play by the fucking rules that I have set up.
Right.
And he was asking for clarification. And then I was like, how fucking dare you? I'm like, you fucking man. Of course you would have a fucking opinion about what I just said I was hungry. And then you asked me a clarification about my boundaries, and how dare you ever question. I don't like being questioned, which is something I find. I don't like clarifying questions. I'm like, bitch, I said what I said, and I mean what I mean.
Like,
And how dare
okay.
anybody fucking ever,
My.
which is like, I'm like I'm a nice person, but I'm also difficult. Something that I've came to terms with
Interesting.
is that I can be difficult. Because I'm like, oh yeah, I got some mental illness, a little bit of trauma, a little bit headstrong, and I can be reactionary. If like jumping to conclusions was an Olympic sport, I would be like silver medalist.
Wow.
I'm a Cancer. You could say something about me or to me, and I'm like, my brain, I start doing that, and I'm like just like, what? You said nice dress, but the way you said nice dress leads me to believe that you're being a bitch and you don't actually like my dress.
I'm analytical that way too. as
I'm
a Leo.
very like to the extent where sometimes like the hyper vigilance, right? It's like maybe there is like a tiny crumb of something that maybe could be sideways, but it's a fucking boulder to me, right? And my read on it can sometimes be. If anybody's questioning me, I'm like, you now are the enemy as well, because how dare you? And so I don't know, I had my little Cancer temper tantrum, and Shamu was like, okay, I get that you're upset, but like we can't
What do you want for dinner?
yeah. And you were
said, what do you want for dinner?
yeah. And then you what did you say when I was throwing the temper tantrum? You're like, I'm not going to like, it was a boundary.
No, I said I'm gonna have to leave the room. Or about, I don't remember.
He was like, I would have to leave. I'm gonna have to leave the room, like, if we're not gonna have like a productive conversation or something like that. Because it was like, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to order food, or do you want to like self-flagellate and not have food? And like, what food would that? Like, let's get a solution here. Yeah. And I'm like, well, I am very hungry and I want to
self-flagellate's that's your wording.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you didn't say. Okay, yeah. He didn't say self-flagellate.
You're putting yourself into.
But that's what I love to do. Like, and it was a very good, like, it was supportive, because it was still like, okay, let's get you food. And I was like, I had to explain that I'm neurotic, and I'm like, I am hungry right now, but I also like have struggled with like disordered eating, and now my brain tells me like, I am hungry. My body says, yes, give me a food. But my brain's like, you're a fucking piece of shit. You dumb bitch. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you want food? Don't you remember what those humans said to you today? Do you think that a person like you needs to... The bitch inside my head is mean.
Don't listen to that.
She is so mean, honestly. I have to like smother her with love constantly, because I'm just like, stop, it's okay, babe. Because I would never talk to any of my friends like that, or like think that way for anybody else in my life. Yeah. Just me. The only person bullied is me. But it was a good handling of the temper tantrum, because instead of like being like, oh baby, you're throwing temper tantrum, like what can I do, because it kind of fuels the temper tantrum with a child. It was like, all right, well, you can have your tantrum, like temper tantrum.
Your tantrum.
Your tantrum. It's like a Tampax
Do y'all remember the band Tantrum? Sorry, Tantric.
Tantric?
No.
No, I don't.
I'll pull it up.
Thank you. Like, have your tantrum, but like, I'm not going to like feed into it. And like, when you're ready to decide a thing, like come back. And I was like, at the time I was like, because obviously the question set me off. So I was like, and then I was like, I like calmed down, and I was like, oh, that's actually like a very like adult way to handle it, because like Shmoo was still able to have boundaries, where it's like, I'm not gonna go on your fucking roller coaster with you, but like when you're here and you're ready for solutions, we could talk about that then. Which I was like, afterwards, I was like, oh, that was really helpful. And also because I am kind of a bratty baby, I was like, oh, my temper tantrum isn't going to like elicit what I want and what
Right.
what I actually need is to articulate my needs and like be okay
Just
with
talk
them.
out what you need.
Just say what you need. And then I was like, oh, whatever, my brain is this way. And then we ended up having delicious Chinese food and was like, here you go. Here's some sauteed snow pea leaves and some chicky and veggie. So you got all the things that your little neurotic brains, like, it was delicious. It was filling. It met the dietary requirements. Everybody was happy. I did not explode and I didn't spiral. So
What a story.
That was we started this story 2 hours ago.
A snacky and a joint.
Wow, because we finished the story as like a reward. Like,
Do you
okay.
want a cookie?
No, I don't want a cookie.
Do you want any cookie? It's a different flavor. It's oatmeal.
I'm good.
I'll just leave it here. In case anyone wants cookie.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I do want the joint though. Or was it only one joint and we're gonna...
Yeah, we'll just pass it
Okay,
around.
that sounds good.
All
Well,
right,
you
so
smoke
here
it.
is the song Breakdown from the new metal band
Tantric. Love it. It's kind of like bootleg Incubus, right?
Wait till the vocals come in.
Okay.
In your life, you seem to have it all. You seem to have control.
All right, Scott Stapp.
So you're losing, yeah. You never took the time.
But what it really is Alice in Chains ripoff, right? Because they're doing the acoustic shtick.
Right.
Right, like hard music that's acoustic is very Alice in Chains.
Yeah, it's true.
Days of the New, which I imitated before, is also from that same lineage, with that Alice in Chains started.
Yeah.
So yeah, even though he kind of looks like Scott Stapp and sings like Scott Stapp, he's really influenced by Alice in Chains. So are Godsmack.
Yeah, so are
Godsmack's
Godsmack.
another.
Oh, Godsmack is Alice. I mean,
Exactly,
Alice in Chains has a song called Godsmack.
Exactly.
Yeah,
there you go.
that's why
Yeah.
they didn't even like hide it. They're like, that's
No.
where we love it.
All right, you got to see the chorus though. That's,
Okay.
That's the part.
Assume that you're to blame.
I love that he's writing it out so we didn't know the lyrics.
The guitarist is a white guy with dreadlocks.
Oh.
Just thought I'd point it out.
I know the breakdown. Everything is gonna shake now someday. I know the breakdown. Tell me again, am I awake now, baby? You can find the reason that
Make out.
no one
Just make
else
out.
is living this way. Yeah.
Also, that double harmony, very Alice in Chains.
Very.
Do you know I did a food delivery to Jerry Cantrell?
Wow.
Tell us about it.
I was driving for Postmates and I got an order from Jerry C. And I was like, oh, that could just be anybody. It was from Casa Vega, a really good Mexican restaurant on Fulton and Ventura. But I like drive up to where it is. I think it was like off Coldwater, and like I like pull in and like he comes out and I'm like, that is so recognize, like in such an amazing snowy beard. It was like
Right.
Jerry Cantrell, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, hey dude, like I saw you guys back in 2011 at the whatever the whatever center in Minneapolis, what it was, and I was like, you guys kicked ass, dude. And he's like, I'm such a huge fan. He's like, oh, thanks, man.
So I pulled up a Jerry Cantrell solo effort from the movie The Cable Guy.
Okay.
I always remember liking this song. This is in the closing credits of The Cable Guy.
Okay.
Sorry. She's a good singer.
Save her.
Him and Lane Staley were just incredible.
Don't come over here what I say. Don't come over here what I say. Don't come over here what I say. Just leave me alone.
I feel like his music is kind of shoegazy, which is what I like about it.
Yeah.
It's got like a dream pop vibe to it, and it's also got
Grunge gaze.
Grunge gaze,
Grunge
yeah.
case, because it is. I am getting the kind of like, it's kind of giving me like Brian Jonestown Massacre. Like,
Say.
you should be picking me up, but now
Really?
you're dragging me down. No, you don't see it.
Well, okay, I was gonna say it also reminds me of like CSN, but like grunge edition.
Grunge CSN? That's wild.
That's kind of how, yeah, like Steven Stills genre, like taking Steven Stills and then like making it hard rock, making it like distorted guitars.
Okay.
I don't know, Brian Jonestown. I don't know about.
I'm just the one particular song.
Oh,
We're not
okay.
talking about a whole vibe.
Gotcha. I don't know the song.
Anemone. Anemone.
Anonymity. Anemone.
Where are we at with the chart?
I love it. That's a wiki. Where are we at with the chart?
This is the never-ending stream.
What did you do
This is
with
a
the chart?
10-hour episode.
10-hour episode about woo woo. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things.
I'm
good.
Okay.
Thank you. Lars's dad. Where would we put Lars's dad on the chart?
What picture do you have?
I have a picture of Lars with his dad.
Okay. Oh, I know that. Okay.
Lars' dad is authentic, harmful.
He's definitely authentic. Like that man is like a yogic wizard,
Wizardy.
wizard of chaos.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Ice chaos wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. He's big Gandalf vibes.
So authentic 10.
Okay.
For Lars's dad.
Got it.
And harmful, you know, I actually think I'm going to argue productive.
You think he's productive?
Yeah,
what?
because in some kind of monster, he's just sitting there and he's like, "Please, like, get rid of this. This can never see the light of day." And he's right. He's very I would argue
you know what
productive.
it is? It's kind of like this story I have about my mom when I was like singing and she was driving and I was like 10 or 12 and I'm singing and my mom pulls over the side of the road and she's like, "You got to stop doing that. Your singing is so off key. It's awful. Please stop." But the thing is, she wasn't wrong. Like, she wasn't fucking wrong though. And so, obviously traumatizing, like the wind being knocked out of your cells. I'm like, oof. But
that height.
But then I spent the summer in my garage listening to Billie Holiday every day and singing. And then one day, like a year or two later, my mom came into the garage because I like used to play bass. It was like set up to be like our little like jam area because my mom's a hippie. So she's like, "Yeah, have your friends over, smoke weed, and do whatever." And then she came into the garage and was like, "What the fuck? When did you learn how to sing? That's fucking great." So it's like my mom was very brutally honest, right? So it's like when it was bad, she was like, "That's fucking awful. Stop doing that."
It's good to have that kind of brutal.
Yeah, to have that brutal honesty.
Yeah.
And then once I learned how to sing better, that woman used me as her goddamn jukebox.
Well, heck yeah.
She's like, do me and Bobby McGee again. And I'm like,
I
"God
see
damn it."
Lars's dad is the most positive version of brutal honesty. Like my dad was mean about stuff.
Yeah.
And Lars' dad seems
Maybe more loving.
How about like 3 productive, 10 authentic?
Yeah. I like that.
Like, I'm not gonna say that Lars' dad's more productive than weed.
No. Let's not get
That's fucking not true. He's gonna go right here.
They should have a strain called Lars Ulrich's dad. It's like it makes you really productive.
Really
and honest with
productive and
people.
honest. It's just like it's like a truth serum.
It takes
but
takes
also-
away the inhibition.
Yeah, you're just like, wow, your album sucks. You're like, your food. This food is not good. It's oversalted. It's
like, wow,
sorry,
you
chef.
smoking the Lars dad.
Dude, you're on the Lars dad right now, man. I was like, you're just like crying. You're like, what happened? They were smoking Lars dad, man.
What if Lars dad smokes Lars dad?
Wow.
Does it cancel out?
Yeah, then he's just no comment.
Yeah.
No comment.
He implodes into
Just-
himself.
Okay. What is this one? Is this an Enneagram? The fuck did I put on here?
Yeah. It's Slipknot, bro.
Yeah, Enneagrams. So what are Enneagrams? Are they productive? They harmful? Authentic?
I think they're very productive. I really like them. And I think it's authentic because they're ancient.
Yeah, I love that. Authentic, ancient.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Aren't they like Iranian or something? Didn't we look into their origin and it was like, oh, it's from like a country we didn't Ecuador? Was it Ecuador?
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna look into it.
Yeah, please do. I mean, if we're gonna look into Jerry Cantrell's solo cable guy, I mean,
We might as well.
I think we owe Enneagrams a little bit of same respect.
I draw the line at Enneagrams, but Jerry Cantrell solo music, absolutely.
Where does it come from? History through the Naranjo? Where does the NEM originate from? Bolivian.
See, I don't even know what an
It's from
Enneagram
Bolivia?
is.
Bolivian. Bolivian and Chilean. Okay. Cool. Authentic. I mean,
And it's originated by a philosopher. He seems chill.
Okay.
I'm chill with philosophers.
Okay, I feel like it's authentic. Productive. Pretty productive. I don't think it once again has it been weaponized.
No.
I guess not. So maybe it's like as far to the northeast as possible.
I think it could go right here with like the 4 agreements and manifestation. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
I don't think it's hurting anybody.
No,
I'm
I think
into
it's
it.
right below
Productive.
manifestation.
Yeah.
Where do we have horoscopes?
Oh, well, that's the next one, baby.
Horoscopes bastardized, and I would say on the line.
Yeah, like it can be depending. I don't know if y'all remember, but CoStar, like the horoscope app.
Yeah.
There was a controversy, like a couple of years back when the founder, like one of the founders, admitted that they were fucking with people.
What?
Like with certain. It feels like lesbian drama to me. Like whoever was running it was like I like didn't like a certain sign, right? And so was like fucking with people's like what you should do today were like
Oh my
putting in things that were like
God.
kind of purposely like would stir up shit.
Yeah.
But because of their own personal feelings about like fuck Aries, so I'm gonna tell Aries that maybe they need to like sit and think about what they do before they act or whatever. Like, and it came out in the wash, and then everybody was like, "That's awful," but I like it. Like it was like spicy. Everybody kind of like leaned into it. But people that are like serious about astrology are like biggie timey, like fuck CoStar, like that's so disrespectful and like harmful because people could be making like real life decisions off of
That's
that.
why I think it's like more harmful than
But I'm like,
productive.
yeah, I'm like, I don't want people to be making. I believe in like my zodiac, right? Like I'm a Cancer. I identify with a lot of those traits. I have a lot of Gemini placements. I'm like, yeah, that all makes like to me it makes sense. And when I meet other people and I ask them their birthday and I find it out, I'm usually like, pans out. But do I base like my like decisions on it or hinge things on it?
Like it's harmful when you base the decision.
Yeah, like that's ridiculous. Like I'm not gonna be like, you're an Aries or you're a Taurus, so I can't date you. Or like, oh my god, I would never date it. Like, I may have my feelings about it. I'd be like, I have like an eyebrow raise for certain signs.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not gonna like not date somebody because of their like.
There's not
astrology.
a single sign I wouldn't date because it's like
What are you, a
want to know
Libra?
the person.
Like, what are you, a Libra?
No, I'm a Leo.
Oh, okay. Well, you need attention then.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Absolutely.
Leos and Libras. This one's a Libra.
Libras and I get along the most.
Really?
Well, y'all are getting along famously.
I'm a Libra.
I mean, yeah, look how much we're getting along.
Yeah, y'all
That's
are getting
true.
along very well.
That's a good point. Wow.
Yeah, like my best friend is a Libra. I've like some of the most supportive people in my life, or the ones I most click with, are Libras. I get along with like a myriad of other types, but
Right.
like for sure.
Is there a horoscope that you get along with the least?
The worst experience I've had, like I was in a relationship with a with a Sagittarius man, and that was awful.
I have a lot of Sagittarius friends. I feel like they're drawn to me. And I feel like out of fire signs, they like. I don't get along with Aries. I think like Aries are competitive babies, and I think that they are like if the signs were like children, right? Like Aries is the baby, Leo's the middle child, and then like Sagittarius is like the eldest sibling. So I tend to get along with them, but like romantically, I don't. And it tends that Sagittarius people want to date me, but they want to like it's like a pecking thing.
You.
Yeah, they want to like. They want to be the alpha in the relationship, and they want me to be the Cancer.
That was my boyfriend.
The Cancer baby little bitch, and I'm like, I can be that character, but I don't like anybody that forces me into that character. And I'm like, no,
I'm not going to be.
I'm not. I'm a brat. You can't make me do anything. I don't want to do. I mean, I'll do it because I like doing it, but you can't make me do anything. I don't like that at all.
Right.
I'm currently dating a Capricorn woman.
Wow.
Which
Girl
is
boss energy.
Yeah.
Is she a CEO?
No. She's a manager.
Okay, that's CEO vibes.
That's CEOs. That's girl boss vibes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's definitely like has top energy.
I like that. That's cute.
That's what I love.
I bet she's great at planning dates. She's good at planning dates.
I've always been more of the date planner, but she like definitely loves cooperating with planning.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I like that.
Are you the date planner?
I hate planning dates.
They're fun.
I'll do it, but I hate planning. Like
You're not a planner. You just live.
No, I'm not a planning top. I am like absolutely no plans. I'm like, let's just go there. And people are like, no, we need an Airbnb or a hotel. And I'm like, we could just sleep in the car if we don't find anything.
No,
and people are like, no, that's not acceptable. And I'm like, okay, well then we could keep driving. And they're like, that's also not acceptable. There needs to be some semblance of a fucking plan. And I'm like, why?
I love when like people tell me that we're going somewhere. Like I have this date plan. I'm like, the fact that you like are thoughtful enough to want to do that with me and you thought to do it, I love that.
I love a planning top. Somebody else comes up with a plan. So once again, when I was mentioning that I'm a nice person, but I'm difficult. This is one of the reasons why I'm difficult is I say that, right? But there is a right and a wrong, right? Where I'm like, we could do anything. But then somebody's like, well, let's go to this restaurant. And I'm like, I don't want to eat that. The fuck? Or like somebody's like, okay, well, let's go do this. And I'm like, well, I don't fucking want to go there. Who else there? Who else there? I don't want to fucking go. How dare you? So there is like a right and a wrong answer. So I'm not actually as easygoing as I like lead on or lead others to believe.
But you know what? Right? We'll figure out something for you to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm also notorious for like being like as people pleasery as I am. I tend to throw a lot of fits. Like I say I'm a people pleaser, but I'm also like, once again, like I'll be like, oh yeah, this is fine. It's fine. No, I love it. It's great. I'm having a great time. No, I love it. Thank you. Thank you. It's the best thing I've ever had. And everybody's like, okay, obviously you're about to have a fucking mental breakdown and it's not okay. So you're saying that you're a people pleaser, but you're not actually pleasing anybody right now, bitch. Okay? Yeah. I'm very annoyed with you. You're not pleasing anybody.
You're a people displeaser.
Yeah. I'm literally just like, it's not working for anybody, baby. Stop. And I'm just like, after all that I do and all that I give, I can't believe anybody would ever say that about me. Back to the chart?
Yeah, back to the chart.
Back to the chart?
Chart me up, baby.
Chart. The Vietnamese monk, Thich Nhat Hanh.
Productive and authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we already know where he goes. We need more people in the harmful,
we're gonna
authentic side.
Yeah.
Harmful and authentic. What do we got?
Yeah, well, should we put the aura reading and the ayahuasca ceremonies?
I got one. Osho. Do you know Osho? Fucking Bhagwan.
Bhagwan. The cult leader.
Yeah.
That was up in Oregon.
He is authentic and he's harmful.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, cool.
Bhagwan.
Here,
we got one.
Savannah, I'll show you a little trailer for a Netflix show about the cult.
Okay.
Wild Wild Country.
Oh, I've heard of it.
You should check it out. My uncle may or may not be in this cult, or was.
Everybody felt they were there at the beginning of the great experiment. Like we were the chosen people.
I'm here in one of the largest ranches in the Northwest. Today, it's Rajneeshpuram because a prominent Indian guru
Rajneeshpuram.
bought it.
Yeah.
Our vision was to create a community
Based on compassion and sharing.
Bhagwan's agenda was simply to raise the consciousness of humanity. That was his goal.
America was land of promise. It was my conviction we will have no problems.
I don't think America has a place for these people.
Everyone in Antelope mistrusts Rajneesh.
I want that guru and his evil influence out of my city.
They're run by satanic power.
There is talk of vigilantes who may seek revenge on the Rajneeshis.
A bomb went off in the middle of the community.
I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, the Sweet Berry Ricola.
It was a catastrophe.
I'm like, okay, well, I want one now too. Peer pressure. Everybody's gonna have a Ricola. I want Ricola now.
I didn't take measures to protect our community. No one else would do it.
We call upon the governor to disarm this cult's army now.
If the government does decide to get you, they're going to get you.
Who would poison a whole town?
The Rajneeshis set a stage for a big outbreak to influence the election.
They had no evidence.
They were facing
No
immigration
evidence.
fraud, smuggling.
The Rajneeshis came this close to murdering a presidential appointee.
There is bias, there is
Authentic and harmful.
You gotta crack a few eggs to make it all
prejudgment,
Fair.
religious discrimination, and this is democracy. I've had enough of it.
What's productive and bastardized?
Yeah, it's a good question. Yoga?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yoga.
Actually, yeah.
Westernized yoga.
Yoga is productive and bastardized. How bastardized? We know it's like heavily productive.
Mhm.
It's like as productive as it can get, but how bastardized is it? Like more
I would say
left of center?
in the sense that in the Western world, also when you think of yoga, we're actually you think of yoga, you think of poses, which is asana, which is 1/8 of yoga. So I think in and of that sense in the Western world, when you say yoga, everybody automatically thinks of a physical practice that you're doing. But the physical practice is only 1/8 of what yoga is supposed to be. It's a whole lifestyle and spiritual practice that involves, meditation, seeking out God, being compassionate. There's rules. There's so much more to it than being bendy, flexible, and like namaste.
But that's all people see.
But that's all that people see on the Western side of it. So I would
So
say
it's been
that
heavily
It's been
bastardized.
heavily bastardized. There's
But
definitely
highly productive.
it's still productive because
Still healthy.
people moving their bodies and focusing on their breathing, even if you aren't necessarily calling it by the, I still think that it's productive because people are still going through the physical practice, but it can be harmful. Like the yoga class that I went to, if somebody is
Tell us the story.
not leading it in a way, it was at a 24-hour fitness, got a membership. I was like, they have group classes. Why not? I'll pop in and take the class. It's already included with the membership. Might as well get a yoga class in. I have a pretty solid practice. Let's go. Yoga studios are very often overpriced and inaccessible to a lot of people. Cool. Let me go to this 24-hour fitness class. The instructor was wearing tennis shoes the whole time, which should have been my first thing of like, bro, aren't you going to take your shoes off and like do some asana with us?
Right.
No. Not only that, but it's a mixed level class. You have like, it's a gym. It's a fucking public library, right? Like you have, younger people, older people, all these different levels of skill. And the practice starts, there's like no like real breath work or like tattooing with your body. It's just like up, down, left, right, up, down, left, right. Cueing people into like advanced postures where you're doing like an inversion or like a balancing pose.
Oh, yeah.
Without like properly, like, you know, if I was to teach a class that involved like standing splits or something that's going to involve something where somebody is going to like be putting their body weight over like that, I'm like, you know, let's do some deep forward folds first. Like, let's stretch out your leg. A monkey. Whoa. That was Monk tossing the weed.
My
He wanted to get up on that chair and snuggle.
Oh, okay.
Look at his little face. He's like, hi. Hi. Very cute. A very cute mess. And so he's like cueing all of these things without warming people up properly. And I'm like, as a yoga instructor, sometimes it's hard to take a class. It's like being like a chef and then going out to eat, right? Because you're like, peas are a little overcooked. You know, but I try not to, right? Like, obviously, every dish that you eat is going to be different. Try to be present. Enjoy what you can, leave what you don't. So, I don't like the way this guy's cueing things, right? He's like, up, down, no breathing, no movement. And I'm like, I don't like this. And the other thing, too, is, like, you have like, I'm seeing people that are, like, putting themselves in positions where they're, like, about to topple over, or maybe, like, stretching to like reach something where it's like, no, you don't want to pull anything. So from a practitioner's like perspective, I'm already like, the fuck, bro? Like, you're not taking care of the people you're meant to serve. And then because he's not cueing things and telling people like, move this leg this way, and then we're gonna like, you know, like square off your hips, and then like you want your shoulders facing this way. He's just like, turn this way, then right hand comes down. Like it just, there's no explanation, and so people weren't understanding the cues. And he would be like, straighten your leg, I said straighten your leg, and he would get close to people, and I was like, okay, like, I don't like, because now you're bullying people,
right?
Also, as a teacher, if you give an instruction and somebody doesn't get it, you can repeat yourself once, but if they're still not getting it, there's something wrong with your instruction. It is not just yelling at somebody to do the thing. Obviously, that person doesn't know which leg to straighten, or like,
right.
And you're just gonna further disorient them too.
You're not being helpful with this person. You're taking somebody out of their practice, because then they're like, straighten leg, and obviously maybe they're not straightening their leg because it doesn't feel good. Maybe they're not set up in alignment wise well, or maybe they have like a bad hip. We don't know, right? But it's your instruction that is lacking, not the person.
Yeah.
So I was not vibing with that. But I was like, okay, this is the time to like dive into my own practice and just like do my own shit. And I was like, cool, I don't want to do that pose. I'm going to start, you know, kind of doing this other thing. And he comes over to me because I'm not doing the pose that he's suggesting. And he's like, this foot straight, or like this foot down. I said, this foot down. And he goes, may I? And I was like, no, you may not.
Wow.
And the thing is, it was one of those things when somebody asks if they can touch you, but they're already reaching to touch you. And I like snatched my little foot. I was like, no, you may not. And it was like a fucking record scratch, like in the fucking yoga room. Because everybody was like, argh! And I wasn't mean, but I was just like, no, you may not. I do not want to do that pose. Please do not touch me.
Nice.
Super simple. But it like changed the entire vibe of the room.
What happened?
Well, after that,
Vibe-wise,
other people didn't do poses that they didn't want to do.
Whoa, you changed the game?
Yeah, because I was like, I'm not going to do that. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to sit down and do this pose that I think actually is what my body needs and is going to serve me. And then I saw other people do it. There was 2 to 3 other people that were like, okay, I don't want to do that pose. I'm going to sit this out, or I'm going to like do something different here. And I could tell that upset him too, because it was like a weird, like, you know, but he was bullying people. I didn't fucking like that shit one bit. It was rubbed me all the wrong way.
Yeah.
And so that's a way in which like yoga, that's not productive, right? Because if you're putting people or cueing, you're not giving people good cues, you're not taking care of them, you're just like, he was also saying things like, if you keep doing this, one day you'll be able to put your hands underneath your feet, or you'll be able to like stretch this way. And shut the fuck up, because no, some people may not. Also, a thing about yoga in the Western world that nobody addresses is that asana was developed for 12 to 14-year-old boys, like in the Brahmin class.
Really?
Yeah, so it was not practiced by everybody. And it's meant for 12-year-old boys who are very limber and like and you're like, you could, they, of course, it's a lot easier for them to bend over and like stick their hands under their feet. They're your 12-year-old kid.
Yeah.
So like asana is more about like, you know, at least if you come from like a more trauma informed, more accessible background where you're like, it's about the function, not the form, right? Like it's not whether you can touch your toes, it's how you're engaging and how you're getting that internal rotation and that stretch.
Right.
But yeah, so yoga can be harmful, even though it's mostly still on the productive side.
So let's see, where is it on the chart?
It's good question.
It's
Good question.
bastardized. It's bastardized.
Definitely bastardized.
And like just above productive.
Yeah. See, look when I type in yoga for images, everybody's like, asana, man.
Poses.
That's what yoga is. It's not what it. It's not that, but it's just so much more than that.
Jointy poo, anybody?
I'm fine.
Just as a heads up, I'm running out of talking energy.
Okay.
That's very real.
Yeah.
We'll wrap this up. We're almost at the 4-hour mark.
Are we really?
Yeah, we
That
are.
makes sense.
Should we try to reach 4?
I mean, let's finish the chart, and wherever we land is where we land.
Yeah.
Now we have something. I'll put yoga in productive and bastardized, like kind of in this top
maybe
corner.
a bit lower.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Now we have something in every corner. We have 2 things left on the chart. Let's do the last 2 guys on the chart.
What are they?
Ayahuasca and aura readings. And then play the theme song because she hasn't heard our theme song.
Okay, I'll look up the theme song right now.
Ayahuasca, authentic and productive for sure.
Yeah, I think that it's
I would say even just below. No, like equal to the agreements and the Enneagram.
Right.
Yeah, I've never heard a bad ayahuasca story.
I haven't either.
And I've done DMT, and I like it changed my life.
I haven't done ayahuasca.
Do you have access to DMT?
I don't. I don't know how to get like they always say DMT finds you.
Deep. I love that.
And so when it's our time, it'll come to us.
Like I've done it 3 times.
Oh wow!
Was it awesome?
Like, it's the greatest experience you'll ever have. Like it sincerely like changes your life.
Wow.
Like how you view, like, the universe and everything.
Wow.
Damn, that's cool.
Oh yeah, it's completely life changing. And it happened. I thought it was like 8 hours, but only 17 minutes passed, and I had an out of body experience.
Wow.
Like my friend said, my eyes were like open the whole time, but I could not tell you what was in the room.
Wow.
I was like in another dimension.
That's see, as somebody who does mushrooms regularly and I've done acid, I enjoy hallucinogens, but I don't like the feeling of my brain being outside of my skull. I'm like, bitch, no, I want to stay rooted
but
right
you don't
here
even
in
know
the
it's
flesh.
out of your skull, though.
It just is somewhere else.
Yeah, like, and you know you exist somewhere else, but you're not even aware of your body on Earth.
Damn. See, that's scary. That's scary. That's, to me, that's frightening. As somebody who enjoys hallucinogens, that's my same thing with ayahuasca, where I'm like, that sounds really intense.
No, it was the most beautiful thing
I love that.
I've ever experienced. Like, before I lifted off, too, the whole room, like, turned like a strobe kaleidoscope.
Wow.
Like, it just, like you're supposed to hold in the tab that you do, or, like, the smoke, I should say, and, like, I did it, and, like, it fought to get out, and then I held it there, and it was, like, a warm expansion. And then the whole room turned like this kaleidoscope, strobing, and then I like blasted off.
That sounds great.
And then I had like mind-altering experiences for the better.
Wow, very cool. I think ayahuasca would be a different thing just because there's the purging that happens, all the vomiting.
Yeah, and that's like a longer version of DMT.
Yeah, it's like,
but it's still just as life-changing.
I'm sure I've only heard people say beautiful things. I did mescaline once and like I vomited and I was like, I hate the pukey feeling, the pukey sweaty feeling that comes with hallucinogens.
No one wants to puke.
And I'm like, oh no, I don't like that. I'm just like, I'm fine. I'll see God when I transition. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Leave me alone. Fucking, I want to go take a nap. That's where I want to see God.
when I transitioned. Yeah. 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 So I would... Why that sound?
Which one?
Oh, it's a cool sound.
Oh, it's a sample from the Gumdrop sample pack, yeah?
Oh, love it. Ooh. Yeah, definitely authentic and productive. Like, as much it's like it's life changing. So
let's
it's
put
like,
it. Yeah, let's put it.
I would put it even above enneagrams and 4 agreements.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it right up here. Like
it's like, I would say like equal to manifestation. Honestly,
I don't want to move it away from authentic. We're gonna move it right here.
Yes,
but we know
it's outside the chart. It's post chart.
It is post chart.
That's like that. You remember that movie Powder?
Post chart.
Do you remember Powder?
Yes.
No.
I'm pulling it up.
It was about an albino child
who had an IQ that was off the charts.
Yeah, it was like Good Will Hunting meets. It was like, yeah. Why did he? What was the point of being albino?
He got struck by lightning, which gave him the high IQ, I think.
Oh, okay.
Don't remember the albino part.
Okay.
Experiences everything that the mother experiences.
The neighbors talk about him like he's some kind of a phantom. The old folks may have kept him down there like some kind of a family.
Oh, her.
What's your name?
Powder.
Mommy?
I've never seen anything like it.
Test shows that you're a genius.
Jeff Goldblum was in it?
Intellect in the history of humankind.
You took me from my home to a place you know I'll be unhappy. Wondering if you've done the right thing.
You read minds too?
Mommy?
Why you look like that? You look like some kind of vampire from outer space or something. What are you doing?
Oh, cool.
That's a clean kill, right to the heart. He just couldn't see what he was doing, so I helped him.
He lays his hand on the deer while it's still shaking, and then he touches me at the same time. He took whatever's in that deer, and he put it right into me. It's like I could feel that animal dying. I don't know what it is.
Wow.
I'm not even sure I believe you can.
I can't even believe this is real. I remember when Mad TV parodied it.
Come to take her home.
This movie looks atrocious.
It's so bad.
Science about
Daddy?
the makeup of the human body. What happened in that classroom is impossible.
I love Jeff Goldblum as he's always like a scientist, you know?
Yeah.
He's a hot mathematician.
He's a hot
Malcolm.
mathematician. Yeah. It's chaos theory.
From the first moment, I had this feeling that you would change everything I knew.
Mary Steenburgen.
Yeah. That's why I said mommy.
And it has a Rotten Tomatoes score of 50.
Wait, which is like, wow,
I know.
honestly.
I feel like Teeth has a lower score, and Teeth is a fantastic fucking movie. It came before its time.
All right, so finish us off here.
Finish it off. Finish it off.
Apparently, we're still blocked on TikTok.
What?
Still blocked?
Yeah, still blocked.
Oh. Because we got flagged for nudity.
Mm-hmm. But our live stream's been reposted at different Discords and stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
And all this stuff's going to get re-edited anyway.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, all the nuggets will still be there.
Yeah.
But the live eyeballs, they missed out.
Yeah.
Aura readings.
Bastardized.
Yeah.
And like...
I mean, they do make for really pretty pictures.
That's true. So like
maybe
productive. Yeah. Bastardized productive. That's good.
Yeah, like, okay. We've also been
like
talking for like 4
productive.
hours too, so we're just like,
whatever.
Yeah. Sure, throw it in the pile.
Well, this has been a very fun show.
We went on so many tangents.
Yeah.
Oh my
Thank
god.
you so much for coming on the show.
I was happy to be a part. Are you kidding me?
best first guest we could have even hoped for.
Absolutely.
There will be no better first guest.
They can't be. There won't ever be.
Oh my god! Even in parallel universes.
No.
I mean, we went down like every path imaginable. We made the hell out of that.
It was we did like a Fibonacci sequence, right? Where we started a story and then like we came back out and then we looped it back in.
The golden ratio of stories.
Yeah.
We had it. We had everything. There was
because
ups,
it was non-linear.
Yeah.
My god.
It was fun. Did you find the theme songs?
Yeah. Want to hear it?
I really like the theme song. We have a theme song.
Yes.
Give me the fucking
Here we go.
Like those dino noises.
Give me the weed, pass me a joint. Let's hold your hand. That is the point. I have you a puff, I'll take me a toke. It's the High Epoch Times.
Yay!
We did it.